What is up, Sheep Army? Make sure to smash that like button if you want to watch this podcast. Sorry, I've already embarrassed all of us. Hello, welcome to the new WoodenSheep episode podcast. Isn't that how you get like subscribers and audience retention? You call them an army and, you know.
You need to do the entire thing. I'm surprised you're not yelling more.
Yeah, you should be like, click the fucking bell and whatever.
Smash that like button!
At the end, don't forget the sheep fist.
Don't forget what,
The
right?
sheep fist.
Sheep. Oh yeah, the sheep fist.
The bro
It's the
hoof.
ba fist.
The ba fist.
Alright, so today we've got Tommy the Thinker. We've got Simina-Cindy the Tinkerer.
Why do I get a different name every time I'm
Everyone
here?
does. That's just part of it when you come onto the podcast. And we've got Rage Wild the Twinkler. And me the
Fiddler.
Well, at least I'm not a twerker. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, I'll say that for Guff next time. Guff the Twerker.
Oh boy.
So today's episode is gonna be kind of interesting. Sorry, Simi, could you just up your threshold a little bit for me? I don't want to get too much echo. But yeah, oh my god, we've got some good topics to talk about today that you won't hear anywhere else because me and Simi recently, and by recently I mean like 3 weeks ago because we don't do the podcast often anymore, we went to Cyprus Comic Con, which is just this local Comic Con that started off a few years ago. Just like 4 or 5 people started organizing it just because we don't have any sort of geek events in Cyprus, and now it's become this really big thing. It's really cool. They're managing to attract bigger actors, like some Game of Thrones guys come over to be here and like take photos, do signatures and stuff. And the actor behind C-3PO from Star Wars, the one character who's starred in every single Star Wars movie, or I don't know about the spin-offs, we haven't seen them yet, but the main like 9 movies, C-3PO is in all of them. So we were like, oh shit, like, I mean, do you guys like C-3PO? Like, he's one of my favorite characters from the movie series.
Whew. The character is like okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have respect for the actor,
he's
obviously.
He's great. He's funny. Like, he's so. I mean, it's not like writing.
Oh, he has some funny lines.
But I love him. I love the like discourse between him and R2. But they're also friends. I don't know. It's great.
It's pretty good.
But yeah. So there was a autograph session, whatever. Yeah, where the guy came over. Anthony Daniels is his name. And me and Simi arrived early because we had like VIP tickets because Cyprus Comic Con was kind enough to present us with some press badges. So we were like, oh shit, we get to go meet him like before anyone else. We can take a picture, whatever. Unfortunately, it's 40 euros for a photo, which was like, that's deep. That's a lot of money for a photo of a human being. So we were like, oh man, I don't know if we should do it. And we thought, okay, look, let's split it. 20 euros isn't too bad to meet, like, to take a photo and talk with some, like, you know, a really cool guy that we admire, and we'll take the photo together. I'm sure it won't be a problem, whatever. So we saw there was like those like velvet rope fence things, you know, like people just like to organize the lines of people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where there's like these poles and in between
exactly, and there's ropes, and it was like a little maze or whatever. And we saw people standing there. We were like, oh shit, it's like empty. Let's go, you know, line up before the con opens up. We'll be ready to take a picture. There were like 3 guys in front of us. We're sitting there waiting for a while. We see him like at the booth. We're like, oh shit, look, there he is. and at some point, the 3 guys in front of us just pick up their bags and leave. They like walk past us. We're like, all right, chumps, whatever. We'll be first, I guess. And then we're just like waiting a little bit, and then we see Anthony Daniels walk towards us. And we're like, oh shit, he's coming to talk to us, or like tell us like, oh come on, come approach the booth, like, you know, let's get this started or whatever. And he just comes up to us and like parts his hands like Moses, and he's like, you're in the way. you're in the exit. And we were like, oh, sorry. And we like walked.
Oh my god,
we walked
that's
back
so funny.
out of the ropes, and we're like, oh fuck. C-3PO just told us to get the fuck out of the way. Like, that's so embarrassing. But to our credit, like, the guys were already in the line, so we lined up behind them. And also the rope maze was like not obvious that we were in the exit at all.
Yeah, there was no sign or anything that indicated which one was the entrance and which one was the exit. And those guys, like, I think they had kids or something. They were standing in the exit, so we assumed that's the line.
And also,
you know?
we were there. The assistant of Anthony Daniels was there. Like, she saw us many times. She had so much time to come and tell us, you know, you're in the exit, by
Yeah.
the way. Just friendlyly, you know, whatever. But she had to wait till he came and told us himself. And the worst part is, like, we didn't even get to talk to him about it later because we went and asked one of the assistants. I just wanted to, like, avoid any awkward issues or whatever. I went to her beforehand. I was like, hey, could we get the picture together and split the money? And she was like, oh, let me go ask. And she came back and she's like, no, it's 40 per person, even in one photo. And I was like, I'm not dropping 80 euros to take a photo, no matter how much I like him.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that came from his mouth, by the way. I don't know if that's telling of his personality.
decision.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his decision
Yeah.
or if she went and asked his manager or something. But so we didn't even get the, like, we didn't get to go later and be like, hey, that was us in the exit, sorry, you know, we didn't know. He just, like, remembers. I mean, he probably doesn't even remember anymore. Honestly, this is a better story than if we managed to talk to him, though. Like, how many people does C-3PO tell them, like, can you move?
But I love, like, I wish you saw him, dude. Like, he really did part his hands like
Yeah.
Moses. Like, he's, like, kind of tall, you know, and he came to us and he had this, like, smile on his face. Like, he looked so... He I don't know, he looked like he had this... Like, he's some fucking monk or something. I don't know. Like, he looked so soft.
I mean,
and, like,
he's
thought,
older
like,
now, and he was, like, very calm and gentle, right?
Yeah, he looked really calm and gentle. I thought he was gonna say greetings or something, you know. And then, like, he was holding his hands together, like his palms touching, like a prayer, and then he parted his hands, and he said, "This is the exit" or whatever. And it was so also really weird to hear him speak. Like, he doesn't sound
Yeah.
like the character at all, you know. It's But yeah, that's the story of how we got told off by C-3PO.
I mean, he seemed fine. I don't know, like, how snobbish he is or whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah, the assistant, the girl that was just volunteered there, called him snobbish behind his back.
But I don't know if she,
What?
which is kind of a bit unprofessional. But
Dude, she's a volunteer.
she's a volunteer, like she was a teenager, yeah. But I don't know if she actually meant it or if she was kind of just saying it to me because she saw the disappointment in my face when she said no, it's per person, and I was like, ugh. And she could tell from my face that I'm not interested anymore. So I don't know if that's why she said it, to kind of like, yeah, sorry. I don't
Ease it
know.
up,
I
yeah.
don't know. Like, to me, this isn't like I don't know how the guy is, but yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Later on, like after we left, a giant ass family came over where it was like, you know, 2 parents, 3 kids, and the grandfather, right? And they they were like in costumes, like obviously huge Star Wars fans. And we didn't, like, as we left, we didn't see what happened, but like, surely, like, if this family wants to take a photo, what, they have to pay 200 euros for one photo
Yeah,
because
no
it's
way.
40 per person?
I feel like I
it's
shouldn't have
ridiculous.
asked the volunteer. I feel like if we just went and we were there, he'd be like, yeah, okay. Like, right? Like, I can't imagine a human being like, no, 40 per person in the photo.
But he's not a human being, he's a robot. but
Yeah.
But yeah, the family were like sneakily taking photos and videos, and the assistant kept telling them, no, you can't do that, but they still did it anyways. Like, I feel like we should have done that too. Like,
Yeah.
and meanwhile,
It's rude,
over
though.
the
That's
next,
pretty rude.
yeah, I know, but understandable if they had to pay
Sure.
200 for a one picture. Oh, and it's like, it would have been way more understandable if they had like their own camera guy or something, where it's like, oh, here you get like a crisp HD 4K photo or something. But not even that. You have to take it with your own shitty phone.
Oh no.
Like, they don't even take the photo or something. You have to take it, and it can be shitty, and you still have to pay 40.
Dude, for
and me-
$40, he should have gotten you out for dinner or something.
Yeah, right. And it also costs 40 for a signature as well. So if you want a photo and a signature for one person, that's 80 euros for one
I
person.
mean, I get it. He's a big star, but
But still,
yeah.
you're still a
Yeah.
human guy. Like, you're not Jesus Christ. You're
Yeah.
not God.
Again, I don't
Like,
know. I don't know if he set it up or if it's his manager. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
And meanwhile, over the next booth, there was some dude from Game of Thrones
Yeah.
who was like, "Oh, $5 for a selfie."
he's
you know?
okay. He's obviously a smaller star than C-3PO. And he
Yeah,
was younger
but-
and stuff, but he was chilling. He seemed pretty cool. I actually, because we had press badges, we could have actually interviewed any of these guys, and I was tempted to. Like, it would be really cool to talk to them, but I was like, I don't want to be like, I'm not here prepared with these questions. I don't want to waste their time. And
Yeah.
But I had questions
for
prepared.
3PO, yes, I had questions too because I thought we would meet him.
Oh,
I'm talking about the Game of
right.
Thrones guys. They had one of the writers from the show. They had one of the guys who's like dressed up as a White Walker, and he does all sorts of like cool monster costumes in Doctor Who and stuff. And they all seem like really cool, like down to earth, chill people. There was a few, like Cyprus Comic Con is really cool because it's very humble and small at the same time, but it's a huge event for the island and for the country. Like, everyone's like, oh, you know.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, it's really cool. Like, we also, the previous year or the year before that, we met one of the directors. Was he Simi?
Oh,
From,
right, from Dexter's
from Dexter's
Lab.
Laboratory, yeah, and from the cartoon
That's
show.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really
And
cool.
Johnny Bravo.
And Johnny Bravo, yeah.
I think he was. I think he was also. He was like an art director. Like, he did sketches and stuff.
He basically, his job was to do the like main frames of the show, of each episode. Like, he would draw a square of like Dexter posing like close up, and then he should draw
The
out-
storyboard.
Yeah, exactly. And then other people would like fill in the animation stuff. His name was, I want to find it here.
Gosh,
Victor
can't even
Basco?
remember his name.
Oh, I don't remember. He was really cool though. He was really down to earth, and he actually liked Simi's drawing, which was pretty interesting because I was wearing one of her drawings on my shirt, and he was like, "Oh, that's a cool drawing," like before seeing anything, like before knowing that she did it, which I'm sure was
Yeah,
a
that
cool
was pretty
confidence
cool.
boost. But yeah, there was that.
And he gave us some free like copies of like original sketches of Dexter and Johnny Bravo, so that's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And for free, like, you were supposed to, like, because I remember he had also this kind of assistant, and the assistant was
I
like,
bought one copy, and he said, I remember he said, "I really enjoyed talking to you." He gave me another one.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
But
Did
yeah,
that like
yeah, go on.
change? Sorry, did that like change your perspective on the medium at all? Do you like think differently when you like
cartoons?
watch those series now, or when you like see the guys from Game
I
of
mean,
Thrones or some
I'm
stuff?
sure now if I watched Star Wars, every time I see 3PO, I'm gonna think of this. Like, there's no way I can.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
I don't know if it. Like, okay, it's unfair to say it ruined the character, but it definitely changed the
It
character.
removes the immersion, regardless. Like, you're seeing it and you're like, "Ah, fuck, I was in his way," you know.
Yeah. But just imagine, like, if it was more, like, if we were more sensitive and we would have like nightmares. Like, just imagine actual C-3PO coming in and saying, "You're in the way."
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I know exactly what you mean. It's like I had this yeah, go on. Sorry.
no, go on.
I had like I had like multiple similar things happening to me. So like the first one was, that's like almost a decade ago now. I met the fuck, what is the guy called? I forgot. The voice actor for Super Mario, and that
Oh,
like
Oh,
Damn.
Charles Martinet.
Charles Martinet. Yeah,
That's
thank you.
awesome. I would love to meet
Um,
him.
And it's like that was some crazy shit, because it's like, what the fuck? He like he does actually do, like, he did all the voices and stuff too. Like while he was on stage and while he was like greeting fans and stuff. So it was like really surreal. And
Isn't he also Alduin from Skyrim? Or he's a dragon from Skyrim.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Which is
I mean, he
pretty
does all the Mario voices too. It's not just like, oh, I'm Mario. No, he's also
yeah.
Luigi
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Waluigi and Mario.
Mario. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays everything. And then the much more personal thing was when I was at the Rainbow Six Siege thing at the Invitational.
Yeah.
They had like some of the voice actors there too, and I like probably sat down for like an hour with with Anatoly Zinoviev, who is the voice actor of Tachanka.
Oh, that's great.
And I just talked to him for a while, and he's a really cool dude as well. But dude, that guy is fucking scary. That's a mountain of a man. Jesus Christ.
Just like Tachanka.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like the nicest guy ever, dude. It's like
we actually met.
he's like
No, yeah, go.
he's like 2 meters or so tall, and just like you get dwarfed by this man.
Does he know Tachanka is a meme?
Yeah.
Of course he
was
knows.
There, like I've seen, he was doing a lot of stuff with Ubisoft because Tachanka is a meme kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we also met
Yeah,
the
keep
mountain
going, Sheep.
from Game of Thrones. I was gonna say because you described him as a mountain, which was
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I have seen like pictures of him,
Like,
but
when
not
we were
like
there,
in the show.
It was actually like, I mean, you see him towering, and then there's like small people around him. Like he was really big.
It kind of makes me think of like those sharks or whatever that have like all these tiny fish swim with them. That's what he was like, just big ass dude, surrounded by people touching him and wanting to take photos.
By the way, the guy that we met, the director and animator of Dexter and Johnny Bravo, was Rumen Petkov. He actually passed away, unfortunately, like the year afterwards. So it was kind of, I was glad to have met him beforehand.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I had another, like, also at the Rainbow Six thing. I had another one that was like even especially now. I have recently started playing Breath of the Wild again, and at the Rainbow Six thingy at the Invitationals, there was Patricia Somerset, and she is the voice actor of Ash, but she's also the voice actor of Zelda in Breath of the Wild. And I was like,
Ash from Pokemon?
what the fuck? No, Ash from Rainbow Six.
From Rainbow Six, sorry.
Yeah,
nice,
those are like, she's the same, like, she's voice acting both of them, and that was like, it's just pretty much her normal talking voice, but you could tell it's a little bit different for the Zelda thing. But it's like, that was still absolutely surreal, especially now since I'm like replaying it. I'm like, I've talked to this person.
That's great.
Like, for a relatively extensive amount. This is crazy.
But Zelda's a boy. Sorry.
Zelda is actually the green guy.
Oh man.
What if Zelda was a girl though?
I actually, because we'll get to this later, but because we were playing Metroid recently, I like started Googling something and I saw the first Google result.
What if Metroid was a girl?
No, is Metroid a girl or boy? Like Metroid is the character, and also like as if it matters what gender they are, and also I like how it's not man or woman, it's boy or girl. Like, but
and I like how it's Metroid.
Is Halo a boy? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was really funny. But yeah, you were asking earlier like if it changed my look on Game of Thrones or anything. Like, I didn't talk to those guys, so I don't know. But they seemed really cool. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it's still weird to just see them.
Of course, yeah, and they weren't like main characters. Like, I didn't care to talk to them. Like, they were cool, you know, whatever. But I didn't go.
Wow.
I think even if you wanted to talk to him, I don't know if you could have, because he was just. It was like I think it would have taken all day. You know.
Game of Thrones guys.
Yeah, to wait in line
maybe,
and
I
stuff.
don't know.
Like, did you not? There, he was always with
The Mountain,
people.
yes.
Yeah,
I
the
was talking
Mountain.
about the ones this year. But also, in addition to the special guests or whatever, me and Simi took part in tournaments, gaming tournaments, because we've never really done that before. And again, you never get opportunities to do that in Cyprus. The previous year, or the 2 years before that, I actually took part in a Mortal Kombat one. I was like, hey, it's free entry. I kind of just want to take part, whatever, it's fun. And I don't play Mortal Kombat. It was, I don't know if I said Mortal Kombat tournament. I don't play that game that much. Like, I'm okay at it, whatever. But I was like, okay, a week before, I'm going to play it a bit every night. Try to, like, learn some combos, whatever. And I came 4th place in that tournament.
Out of how many?
Out of, like, 30. Or
that's
20
really
or
good,
30.
actually.
And I was trashing everyone. Like, the one person I lost to was a pro. The top 3 players were pros, so I literally beat all the normal players. Like, I just lost to the pro. But dude, like, I was like doing well, and then I got to the guy who won 3rd place, and I got decimated. Like, I couldn't do anything. Like, you know, fighting games are one of those things where people like combo the shit out of you and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was 1 place away from getting a prize. But I was like, oh, that was fun. So I tried again this year, and I lost on my first round. But to be fair to me, I was like, I signed up because I was like, oh, it's for Mortal Kombat 11. That game's not out until after the convention, so that's gonna be really interesting. Like everyone's gonna be playing it for the first time there. Sounds really interesting to me. But then I learned that anyone who pre-ordered it on consoles only got to play it for like a month beforehand. So everyone at the tournament there was already playing it. I had already learned it, and I was like studying it on YouTube, learning combos just via my mind. And I got there and they had a little demo. I tried it out a little bit. Cool. I got on stage to play, and the controls were changed, and I didn't check properly, so I didn't do anything. It was pretty miserable, and I paid €10 for that entry. But I was like, whatever. It was fun. Whatever. Oh, but the worst part, fucking hell.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
While I was trying to practice, there was some fucking kid. I don't know, like.
Is he a kid?
I think he was like 14, 15. I don't know, but he was like a typical mouth breather kid. I don't know. You get these a lot in Cyprus. Sorry to say it. I can say it. I've been living here. It's fine. I was born here. Everyone can shit talk their own country, right? I think so.
Yeah.
You get a lot of, you get a lot of like dumbass kids, and obviously they grow out of it. But this guy looked like, and he wasn't like mentally handicapped, by the way. Before anyone thinks that, he was just fucking unaware. And I was just trying to practice the game, and he was like talking to me, and he had really bad breath and braces, and there was food in his braces, and he was like talking and shouting into my face like, yeah, backbreaker and shit. And I was like, get the fuck away from me, dude. Like, let me just play. Like, it was so obnoxious, man. He was like loud and in my face, in my personal
But dude, he was like walking like while the tournament was going on. The announcers, were there in the middle of the crowd, kind of, and he would like talk to them.
He was talking
while they were doing their commentating.
Talking to the announcers, and he was standing up like watching the show.
Yeah, he would like walk around.
Yeah, and like turning around and stuff, and it's like, sit the fuck down like everybody else and watch the show. And when I was waiting there to play as well, he was like shouting and stuff. He was like, combo breaker, and like, oh my god, man, like fucking hell, who let this kid off a leash? It was really obnoxious.
Oh yeah,
I was glad to get eliminated quickly so I could get away from him.
There was also some dude, because I was sitting in the crowd to watch the tournament. There's some dude behind me who was also kind of like this, but he had like two things, I don't know, like poles or something, and he was just smashing them together like he's at some football match.
That's
going,
the thing.
Like so loud, and it's like I glared, I turned around, and I gave him this like disappointed mother stare, like, can you fucking stop that shit? I didn't say anything, but
I mean, I'm not against like people having fun in the audience, but if he was
he was the only one doing that shit,
and in your ear, like,
yeah, he was right behind me, and nothing was going on. Also, like, it was in between matches, literally nothing was going on, and he was doing it at random passers-by, like like
I saw him doing that. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Oh no.
More excitingly though, we did an Overwatch tournament as well, a 1v1 Mystery Heroes tournament. So that means like it's just a 1v1 map. You both get the same character. You don't pick it. It just randomly goes through a pool, and then you're like McCree versus McCree, Reinhardt versus Reinhardt, whatever. And we played that, and dude, that was fucking fun. Because we're actually good at Overwatch. Like, again, not pro level, but better than I am at Mortal Kombat. I actually understand shooters. I can think in shooters and whatever.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun. I actually beat like 4 opponents, I think. 3 opponents, maybe. I beat 3 opponents. 2 on camera, and 1 off camera, because it's a big tournament. So some matches happen off camera, and some others are actually commentated on. And by the way, the commentators were actually really good. I didn't expect that. They were really good.
Yeah, except when they were saying my name wrong.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, it was fucking fun, dude. Like, at some point, I like sat down, like, you're on the stage, and I was kind of relaxed, which helped a lot. I don't know. I wasn't nervous or anything like that. And I sat down and I started playing whatever, and then my match started. And then I turned on the big screen and I see my name. It's like, when it shows the characters at the beginning, it's like WoodenSheep, and I was like, oh fuck, they're watching my match. And then I was like, okay, all right, let's stay calm, whatever. I did some awesome stuff, actually. Like, while I was playing, I could hear the crowd like cheering and shit, like when I got a kill in a cool way, and like I watched it later on. It was live streamed, and the commentator was like, "Oh, I really like this use of this or whatever," and that felt pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was really fun. I got the clips. I'll upload them. I'll make them unlisted for now. Maybe I'll link them in the description of this podcast, actually, if anybody wants to watch them. They're like unedited and noisy and stuff, but it's a cool watch. And Simi's clips as well will be in there if you want them to be.
Dude, I need to see this.
I'll put them later.
You want to hear how they say my name?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to. I really do.
Sorry, I just want to make a side note because Cyprus, and of course this would happen while the whole show was going on and the commentators were doing their thing. Another dude came on stage and spoke into the microphone, which spoke over the commentators and over the game in Greek, or not Greek, but like with a really thick Cypriot accent, like, so and so come to the stage. Like they were calling the next players during the commentators.
Oh, no.
And it's like sometimes like you're in the live stream thing
You'll hear
where
it in
you
the
don't.
clip, yeah.
Yeah, because in the live stream you see just the game. You don't see the stage and all that. I mean, sometimes you see it, I guess, at the end.
Yeah.
But most of the times you see just the game, and it's like you see the game, you hear the commentators like, "Oh, look what's going on," whatever. Then Andreas come to the stage.
It was awful. That was really bad. It was really bad.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, that was
awful.
really fun. I did so well, and then I was doing so well. I actually got to like the top 3 brackets or something, and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm in like the top 5, something like that, right, Simi? 6, top 6.
Yeah,
it was like I needed to beat 2 or 3 more opponents, and I would win. So I was like,
dude, but if we would have both continued winning, at some point we would have had to fight each other.
Yeah, we were in the brackets.
Oh
so
my
we would
God.
have to be, that kind of sucked. But and so when I realized I was that far in, I like that was when I got a little bit more nervous, and I lost my match. Unfortunately, it was off camera, the one where I lose, and that kind of sucks because it was such a hard. Like I fucked the guy up, dude, but he got such lucky kills on me, and it was really frustrating to lose to that. And also, by the way, I mean it might sound a bit shitty, but everyone there kind of sucked actually, except the top 2 guys that won. I think they were our level, or maybe a bit better, maybe a bit worse, whatever. Like. But everyone else there was doing some really stupid stuff that even the commentator was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Why did he do that?"
Yeah, like when they were the newer guy
Baptiste,
Baptiste, they would throw their healing shit at each other.
and I heard the crowd going like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But yeah, like they weren't actually good there. Like I don't want to sound like a dick, but they weren't good. So that's even more annoying why we lost, because like I mean it's a bit of RNG and a bit of like, you know, obviously you have to deal with what you're given, but yeah.
Like I was so annoyed because I lost because of bullshit that happens to me all the time in Overwatch that I hate, which is McCree's bullshit stun that I hate so much.
It was a McCree fight. Like I was in the audience watching it, and she landed every single shot, like 6 shots consecutively or something. He landed nothing, and then the point, to stop the match from going on forever, a control point appears, and you know you connect there to capture or whatever, and you can win that way as well. But he was just sitting at a pillar and he flashbanged her and then right clicked and he won. And he won a few other bullshit rounds like that. He won some legit ones, but it was annoying. Like Simi lost her first match, but she was better than him, and
he had such shit aim, but just he got some lucky shits, and I was just like, oh, but the Ana match was so close, but I won in the end. But it was kind of the opposite with the Ana match. He was hitting me the whole time, and at the end I fucked him up. Oh,
isn't that kind of what?
Well, yeah,
isn't that kind of what happens when you have like a tournament on a remote island in the middle of the ocean where nobody else can come to? So it's like, yeah, you have a like very limited pool of people that would fly out to Cyprus.
It's not in the ocean; it's in the Mediterranean Sea.
Well, which it technically is almost an ocean.
Like, why there's
like,
shit, you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Why you have like
that's exactly what like pushed me to go do it. It's a local tournament. And Cyprus has a very small population compared to most countries in the world. And so,
wait, how many people do you have?
I think in
Cyprus.
Yeah, can you look it up, please?
I'm looking it up right now. 800,000. That's like
the whole country.
A quarter of Berlin. The whole country.
That's the whole country. and that's both sides together. This is like, I mean, I don't know how many Northern Cypriots came here, and then also this is in Nicosia, even less people. So, and less of them are gamers that play Overwatch and that think they're good enough to enter. So I was like, oh sure, I'll enter, and that's why we did decently. I'm sure if we did like a, we're not gonna go to Pro League, we're gonna get destroyed. But yeah, but so that's why like, you know, but it was so fun, man. Like I really enjoyed it. There was one more thing I wanted to say about it though.
The names.
Before that, fuck, what was it?
About the Overwatch one specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, was it the shaky stage?
Oh, that was annoying. While we're playing, people are like walking and like the whole table is shaking.
Oh shit.
Oh, it was kind of funny actually. Oh, the day before, me and Guff were practicing. Like he was helping me practice in 1v1. And so I set up a lobby for it, whatever. And at some point, just some random ass guy joined. And I kind of felt bad kicking him. I don't know why. Like I shouldn't care, but I felt bad. So we played with him. We took turns, whatever. And he added me as a friend. I was like, okay, whatever, I accepted. And then at the tournament, they have you log into your account. And as I logged in, like the first 10 seconds, he starts messaging me. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit. So I just removed him right there, and I re-added him later and explained to him. But like I just logged in. I'm at the tournament, and he starts messaging me. Like some guy I don't give a fuck about starts messaging me.
And then I made the joke that it would be funny, because sometimes Guff likes to just join spectator randomly when we play Overwatch, and then he even starts voice chatting and being Guff. And I said, imagine if he did that. I mean, luckily it was like early, so he probably wasn't on at the time or whatever. But like, imagine just at the tournament and like you, because on the big screen they have like their own spectator thing where they move the camera around, but they would still be able to hear the voice chat.
I don't know if they would hear. I don't know if they would.
Maybe not. But just imagine just Guff joining and being like, "Hello, I'm Guff," in front of like hundreds of people. That would have been hilarious, dude. Yeah. Would you have removed Guff at that moment?
Oh, I don't know. It would be so. It would make me lose the round, dude. I'd be like so distracted or embarrassed, like, what the fuck? And it would be more pressure that he's watching.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that was fucking funny. While I was playing, I saw Simina-Cindy has come online. I was like, what? And I looked aside, and she's on a computer ready to play. Like because she was in the audience beforehand. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Also when the dude that, you know, the guy who talked over the announcers who said, "Andreas, come to the stage," when he called me, he, like, first of all, like on the brackets, like they showed the brackets on the screens with everyone's real names, like not usernames. And it was such a mess. Like some people it was their first name, some people it was their last name, and some people it was their full name. So
what the fuck?
And mine was like my last name, and which makes it less obvious to hear it because it just kind of sounds like mumble. Because like he pronounced it weird, and I was like, did he say my name? I don't know. Did he say my name? Should I go? I don't know. You know, because like Genna was already doing his thing. So and then I just hear, "Onofre, come to the stage, Onofre," and I'm
that's
just like,
better. Like I get Gina. I
oh
was
God,
Gina.
yeah.
Gina.
Did it in was it where? Yeah. It was. Where did we hear that, Mel?
Gina?
Yeah, they called
me Gina.
Yeah. But was it the Mortal Kombat?
Both, I think.
Yeah. No, they didn't.
I think it was Genna in the Overwatch one and Gina in the Mortal Kombat one.
Because they didn't say her. They said WoodenSheep in Overwatch.
Well, when you're in game, you have your username, but when they're calling
I
up
get
for the brackets,
when the dudes called you, I guess. But yeah, and Gina, like, oh,
that's my life.
So
that's my life.
That's your life.
Did I tell you that I got an email from a game developer? He was like, "Oh, do you want to review my game?" But he opened with, "Hi, Gunner." Gunner.
I have a pretty funny one for that one too.
Oh, I'm sorry. The worst part. Hi, Gunner. Brackets. Sp.
Like
So
SP.
SP
What?
question mark. Gunner brackets SP question mark. And I
What?
was like, what the fuck is this email? And I
Where did they even
responded to-
get this from?
Like every single description, by the way, of my video at the time said Genna, blah blah blah, whatever. I always open with, "Hi, my name is Genna," whatever. I guess he doesn't fucking put the effort to, you know. And then I replied and I was like, "What the fuck is sp?" And he said, "Spelling." He said spelling. Like, well, do you email someone and like address them and then go, did I get the spelling correct? Is that a normal thing? And then also, is SP universally spelling? Like, that's the unknown thing to just abbreviate. Like, he could have written, sorry if I got the spelling wrong, but Like, what the fuck?
Jeez.
But how do you get Gunner?
Gunner.
From
I mean, it could be worse.
yeah, it
Yeah,
could be Genna.
my fucking history
be Genna.
teacher that knew me for years wrote my name as Genner. Because she had an
Genner.
English accent, and that's how you say Genna. It's like Genner. It's like an English accent.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
a
know.
fucking slur,
She wrote
dude.
it.
It's like,
She
what a
wrote-
fucking
And she
getter.
known me for years, dude. Like personally, like I did GCSE history and shit. And I think it was like in A levels, like in fucking year 13 that she wrote that. I think so. And my friend was like calling me Genner all the time because of it. I've gone all sorts
And
of fucking
you've got Gemma or Gemma
I've gone
as well.
at some
Like
point.
people think the double N is an M.
I had a list at some point of what I've been called. Maybe I can still find it somewhere. I had a fucking list. Yeah.
What the fuck?
For me it wasn't nearly as bad, of course, but like my name is still pretty quite unusual in my country. Like not everyone was like, "What the fuck?" That's. But there's another name which is similar, which is Simona, which is more common, and everyone thinks I'm stupid and misspelled my name or something. And they're always like it's so stupid because I is literally the opposite of O, right? When you think about it, and it's like all the teachers like look at the like catalog of people, whatever, and they like squint as if they're reading hieroglyphics, and they're like Simona. It's like, come
Your
on,
name
dude,
isn't
just
even
like
hard.
you're a teacher, you can't read. But so many people, and like actually recently I got an email from someone who's Cypriot. I don't know how they found me, like, cause they're like, oh, can you design a character for our thing, like shop or whatever? And they started with Dear Simona, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe if you can get my name right, I'll do your stupid character. And it's just so annoying.
Yeah.
But now I want to say
Yeah,
the
sure,
name
yeah.
from Overwatch. These announcers, like, like my username is Simina-Cindy always. And the funny thing is, they didn't get my real name wrong, which is like that's the weird part. Like Simina is like, what the fuck is that? But Cindy is like a real, like everyone knows Cindy. It's an English name. It's popular,
Yeah.
whatever. And that's the name they fucked up. They were like they like at some point because they were like commenting fast because shit was going on, like, oh, blah, 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 and Samina, Sandy.
They said Sandy, the first one.
And then I think at some point they just like kind of stuttered, like
Yeah.
it just Sandy, and then Sinui is
Sinui.
my
Sinui is my favorite
How-
name now.
like-
He said it correct. One guy said it correctly. There were two commentators. I think one guy knew how to say it, the other one didn't.
yeah, but Sinui, like, how do you get like that's even harder to say than Cindy. And how do you get a U from a D? Sinui. But the thing that really upsets me is that they were referring to me as a guy the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, my name is Simina-Cindy. What the fuck? And like, I walked on the stage with makeup on. Actually,
No,
maybe
you
I
didn't
didn't
that
have.
day.
Yeah, no, I had makeup the previous. But still, you can fucking see that I'm a girl. It's not like and Genna keeps saying like, oh, they didn't see me.
Yeah,
but
they're far away. To be fair to them,
Yeah, but-
they're far
yeah, but-
away, and also the name, like they had to learn your name on that spot. Like it's not like you're a famous, they don't know, they don't follow the pro
Yeah.
players or whatever. They just like read your name there, and it was intense. They like the more important thing. Nobody there cares if your name is fully correct. They just want to hear the information that's oh shit, there's
Yeah,
Diva,
for-
whatever the fuck. And
Yeah,
then,
forget
Yeah.
the name, but I'm saying, like, I don't know. To me, like, I could see them from the stage, which means that they could probably see me from their booth.
again,
But-
they're
okay,
not looking.
but-
They don't know also which computer is what
Yeah,
player,
sure,
and you're
fine,
behind
fine,
a
fine.
monitor, and also most players are guys, so it's
Yeah,
like they
Okay,
assume,
fine.
yeah.
But there was also another chick, okay? She didn't get commentated, but we had to, like, before the thing started, before the whole thing started, we had to like check in basically. Like we had to go to these people who had papers with all the names and shit and be like, yeah, I'm here, I'm ready, and these people saw us, what we look like and our gender. Like, they could have said, hey, by the way, there's 2 chicks here, don't fucking be an asshole and call them dudes, you know? It just, I don't know, it's just very unprofessional. Like, imagine that in the big Overwatch
But the
league,
difference
you know?
is this is not the
Yeah.
Overwatch League, and also the people writing down your thing don't know what your username is necessarily because they didn't ask us. Like, we just logged in over
It's
there.
fucking the same name. My
I
real name
know,
is the
dude.
same
I'm just saying I
name.
wouldn't be so like. I kind of get it. Like, I totally with you. It's annoying. Like,
Okay, dude, imagine
yeah.
if your username was, Genna, and then they would think you're a girl and say she the whole time. Wouldn't that annoy
That's
you?
my life, dude. I've been assumed to be a girl a billion times. It's annoying, but like, in this situation, I'd excuse them. It's like, all right, whatever. You know, I totally agree with you. They should have done the precautions. Like, but in the end, it's not a big deal.
But it's just stupid that my username is Simina-Cindy, literally 2 girls' names, and yeah, you said like, oh, a lot of guys have usernames of girls' names, but not that often. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's safe to
Yeah.
assume that if someone's username is 2 girl names, it's safe to assume that they're probably a girl. Just saying.
But yeah,
But oh well, Sinui, that's my new nickname now.
you'll hear it. I'll link it in the description later. But that was fucking fun, dude. I would love to do that again and like and do better because yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't want to talk about it too much, but we really trained and like we analyzed each possible matchup. Like with Mei, what should you do? If this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. It was like so methodical in my mind by the end, and it worked. Like it helped so much. But yeah, that was so fun, man. I would love to do that again.
I also wanted to say they had like really hardcore computers
Yeah, that was cool.
for this, like with like Razer colorful light up keyboards and mouse and cool
I mean, that's
headphones.
pretty cool.
Yeah, like and the screen this was like the thing that it kind of fucked me over, but also helped me at the same time because the screen was what frame rate like over 60.
Probably 120 or 144 is the standard. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never seen that, or I've never played a game with more than 60 frames, And I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm on speed. Like everything is so smooth and fast, And at first, it kind of it kind of fucked me up because I wasn't used to it, but at the same time, I feel like I was aiming better because of it, Like,
I mean, it's probably 140 for its monitors, wasn't it?
Yeah, and pro gamers opt in for higher frame rate monitors because it helps supposedly. So
yeah.
Yeah, of
like,
course it does.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I'm aiming so well right now.
It felt a bit more
Yeah.
smooth, but it wasn't such a huge. Like I didn't really notice as much as people say. But maybe it's because I was like thinking, my mind was elsewhere. I was like trying to just practice and stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
I
And if you have
noticed
it
I
at
did
home.
feel something was a bit smoother, but I'm saying just a bit. So, but maybe maybe it's because I was distracted.
Also, I don't remember, was the monitor
It was
like
curved,
curved?
yeah. It was a curved, which was kind of cool as well. I don't know why, but it was nice.
I mean, what's the point for if it's because it wasn't like a huge monitor. It's like the same like ours, like just
Is it
1080.
just so it can be longer but take up less space? Is that it maybe? Because it was like really it was longer than our 1080p monitor, or forgetting 1080p is like 23 inch or something, but like curves in.
I mean, usually those are like 9 to 10 or something. No, what? Wait, fuck. I forgot the ratio, but it's what usually it's 16 to 9. Yeah, 16 by 10 or something.
16 by 10.
Yeah,
I think.
and that might that will probably affect it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, is there anything else about Comic-Con you want to talk about? Because I could segue this into something, Simi.
I have like a little bit of a thing that I could
If
talk
it's
about real
related,
quick.
yeah, sure, go for it.
It's somewhat related with the name stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I got invited by Ubisoft to the thing in Cologne at Gamescom. There was like obviously some paperwork I had to do, and they asked for like a bunch of stuff. And one of the things they asked for was my Uplay account. So because I was constantly streaming,
Oh
and
my
because
God.
I was
Oh no.
and because I was basically, if I'm streaming like something like Rainbow, I don't want to get stream sniped all the time, and I don't want to have people that like I randomly get into games with. They're like, "Oh God, you're the YouTuber," and I'm like, I don't know, I just don't like
You
that
don't
that
want
much.
the
So I
constant
constantly,
attention,
yeah. So I constantly changed my name around, and like at one point, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, we're using this. I'm gonna make you a name with a random name generator, and he just hits the random button, and out comes the most horrible username of all time, Uncle Sticky. So then, and they asked for my Uplay name, and I was like, oh yeah, they're probably just gonna give me like a charm or some shit, right, for Rainbow. I was like, cool, and I did get Far Cry at the end for free.
Nice.
But what we also got was when we arrived, they gave us like a little booklet of like all the things that we're going to do and like things that are happening and the people that you're with. And it had like all the people's faces, like with a photo and their face, and then underneath their name. But it wasn't their real name; it was their Uplay name. So there was like a big photo of my face, and underneath it just said Uncle Sticky.
Do you still have that? You should keep that or take a photo of it or something.
I don't have it. I think I have a photo of it
Okay.
still. I can. You can probably put that in the description too.
That's so funny. That's awesome.
I don't have the booklet anymore, but I think I do have the screenshot. I'll look it up.
I'll link it maybe. Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
great.
Uncle Steve.
That
Uncle Stick.
couldn't have been a more vile name.
Dude,
It's so
it could be
suggestive.
worse. It could have been
Yeah,
his daddy
sure.
or something.
It's suggestive. I'm saying, like, what? Who the fuck is Uncle Sticky, and get him away from me? You know?
Why is he
Why
sticky?
is he sticky? I don't want to know. None of the reasons could be good.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's really funny.
Oh my god.
I feel like I had something similar to that. I think I know what I'm thinking of. At some point when I was younger, I volunteered at the dog shelter, and they asked for my email, and I was a kid at the. Or I made the email. As
Oh
a kid.
no!
So, and that was the moment I changed my email. It's not as bad as yours, by the way, but they asked for my email, and it was at the time Genna SquarePants.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna say the full thing, but it was Genna SquarePants. And yeah, so at that moment, I was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna make a
no.
new name with just like my name, or make it like for professional settings. So yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to. If we're done, no one has anything attached to this.
Wait, if you wanna share it real quick, I'm posting the picture on Discord right now.
Okay, yeah, sure. That'll make my life a bit easier. Oh, I think I didn't. Oh yeah, I forgot to fix this media. Oh my god, it's such a
Oh
mess.
no!
It's okay.
It looks awful.
I'll oh my god.
It looks like a tornado went inside the program.
We'll leave it like this for now.
Oh, I didn't take a good
Fucking
one. This is like kind of blurry, but it's the only one that I have, and I don't have the booklet anymore. So, wait, how the?
Let me see it.
Oh, I'm logged into the wrong thing. Crap. I don't know how the Discord share
okay,
thing
when you
works.
have it ready.
I'll
Whenever.
try and figure it out.
So the next thing I want to talk about that was related, kind of. Have you guys heard of the Overwatch workshop stuff?
I have not.
Oh, Rage, hello. It was weird to hear your voice. Overwatch, they introduced something called Workshop, which I love. Like, this is what I used to love about Halo. They just kind of like, and it was pretty interesting for consoles, especially, to just give players like modding tools. It wasn't modding necessarily, but like make whatever fucking crazy map you can think of, game modes, and people made some really fun stuff because Bungie just gave everyone the tools. And Overwatch is doing this, but it seems even more crazy now. You can kind of like reprogram the game almost in a certain way. Like, it's not for casual users, but people are doing crazy stuff. Like, and I love that stuff. Like, I want to just try to remember some examples. Like, some people came up with like Diva Space Wars, where on the moon map, you can just like infinitely fly around, and if you come out of your mech, you instantly die. Someone else had a magnetic payload, where if you like get in a certain range, it magnetizes you into the payload. Someone did Golf Torbjorn, where you like jump and try to score yourself. There's even crazier stuff. One really cool one was Mei. If she frost blasts onto the floor, she can ice skate on it and go faster.
Yo, that's awesome.
That's really cool. Like, yeah, I mean, it just allows players to kind of play around, and I think it's very simple to, like, every article I read of these cool game modes is just like, here's the 5-character code you input into Overwatch, and you can play this mode. Like, it's just a seed it generates, and you just put like a 5-character code, and you play the game mode. So
That's really awesome.
yeah, I really love that they. I wish more developers did stuff like this. Like, just
But
allow players to
although
fuck around.
they're kind of late to the party, like Valve, meanwhile Valve is like, they've been doing mods for years, like
Yeah,
ever
but this
since.
is just in-game kind of. It's very
Yeah, it's
easy
more.
to
It's
access.
more. It's. I guess it's less chance of it broken.
It's a good. It's a good balance of like approachability, but also complexity.
Well, and
Yeah.
Blizzard games always had mods in them. Like
Yeah,
Blizzard
like,
also were really close to the modding community. It's just
Yeah.
not in Overwatch yet.
And not in Heroes or
Well,
Hearthstone.
you can hardly mod heroes, but there were a lot of mods for Warcraft 3,
Yeah, Dota,
StarCraft,
right?
StarCraft 2.
Isn't Dota
Yeah,
a
that's where
Warcraft?
Dota came from, most famously.
Yeah, that's cool. I really that made me happy to see. I had a funny story actually. It's been a while now, but when I played Metro Exodus, I forgot to tell this funny story.
Oh, I know what
Yeah,
it is.
I didn't say this last time. When I first played Metro, it was like on launch. It was at release, so the game was really buggy. They didn't patch it yet. I don't know if I told you, Rage, that I had to restart the whole game at some point.
No, you didn't.
So the game is divided into like 4 gigantic zones, and those are the chapters. So at some point I was just walking around in the wasteland doing my thing, and some monster mauled me, and like it did a quick QTE animation, like little tap whatever. I see Artyom kill it, but it's just stuck on my screen, like hovering in front of me, like 1 meter in front of me, just dead. And no matter where I look, it follows me. So it's attached to my character model. But it's just always but actually only when I walked it like teleported in front of me like this. Otherwise it would be hovering above me, and I would see its furry ass in the corner of my monitor, and like the shadow like emitting shadow onto the ground. And when I would walk into houses and stuff, it would push furniture around, and it would like make everything just fly around like crazy and hit me and make noise and stuff.
Okay.
And there was nothing I could do to fix it. I killed myself. I restarted checkpoints, whatever. I had to restart the whole chapter again, which was like 10 hours lost or something. Or maybe like 5 hours lost. But it was so fucking hilarious. Like I tried to play with it, and I was like in a stealth mission, walking, and then just like this creature would push the chair, and then like the enemies would start shooting at me and stuff. Like it was actually affecting the world and breaking my immersion completely. Like I'll talk to someone, it's just a furry dead creature in front of me. So that was fucking funny in my opinion. I had to restart the game, and it was a common bug. Someone else had like spiders stuck to them and whatever, but they just like adopted it as their pet, and they're like, it's not too bad. But yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, the spider was on the hand, right?
Yeah.
People got spiders stuck, but that's better than having a dead ass creature in the corner of your
Absolutely,
screen.
man. It was annoying. Like I really didn't feel like doing all that again. Man, Metro Exodus, I also didn't like say this last time because it's still in my notes. I think it had one of the best, or you don't see often relationships in games that are already established and very real. Like in Metro Exodus, it's a wife and husband, and you don't see that often at all. And like, I don't know, it was very personal and well written. I don't know, because usually in games you see the relationship established during the game. But this was like it was already from the beginning of the game, and I don't know, it was very real and cool. I just wanted to say that like there was something really cool about it.
Maybe it was written. Maybe it was written by people who actually have wives or husbands. Because a lot of games make relationships so unrealistic, and like it's like nobody
Yeah, it was
fucking
very,
talks like this.
it was just like very chill moments where you can like, just talk to your wife and stuff. And actually, all the interaction was great with all the NPCs. It was really cool. I like that a lot.
Are you done with that? Because I can make a segue.
Sure, yeah.
Because I wanted to say, just talk about a game I was playing a lot recently. You know what I'm talking about? Honey Pop.
Right.
Because Honey Pop is like, ever since Steam decided to allow mature content, it's been flooded with so many sexy hentai whatever games, but the Honey Pop was from before that. And when you first look at it, it's like you think, oh, it's just another sexy anime game, But it's so not. It's not like that. It's like so realistic. Like you said, how in Metro, like the way they were talking, whatever, was like real. In Honey Pop, the characters are like not. They don't act anime at all. They don't. They they are like real people, and the dialogue is so funny and and the game itself is so fun too. It's so unexpected because I remember seeing Honey Pop on the Steam store and thinking, "Oh, what is this shit game? What play Bejeweled with sexy chicks, psh, whatever." But then I don't know how'd you get it.
I don't remember. I don't
Like,
remember. But it really
it-
surprised me too. I actually really enjoyed the game for many reasons. Like,
Yeah,
it was
it's
genuinely fun.
the dialogue
Yeah,
is just
it was
so
funny,
it's
yeah.
so good. It's so and the voice acting is like on point. Like it's perfect and just like if you haven't played Honey Pop, you definitely should try. Like fuck all the other hentai puzzle shits games. This is where it's at. You know, this you get some titty and some and some
witty.
like
Some witty.
some witty. There you go. I was trying to think of something to
Some
mind.
titty and some wit.
I have Tommy's picture here.
Alright, let's see.
Try and like not show the other faces.
Yeah.
Just like try.
Oh,
it's like a
no.
bit blurry.
Okay,
It's a
so
little bit blurry, but
it
it's
also shows your real name. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, underneath.
so-
But like, I just like that picture. That
There you go.
just like it's
the
my picture.
picture-
It says Uncle Sticky.
The picture itself is like Uncle Stick. Like there you go.
There's Uncle
Pretty
Sticky.
much. That's him.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a book with many other pictures. I won't show them, but just so people get the context. It's just like, I mean, there's so many people and they just have like normal names, and this is Uncle Sticky right here.
Yep. This is him. I just like the fact that they like it's not like a picture on the internet. It's printed on paper on a booklet.
It's like a school thing, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
to be fair, Uncle Sticky is still better than Sniper Assassin XX69
I guess
Shadow
that's true.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow Hunter, you know, like at least it's funny and it like unique, you know, like what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, back to Honey Pop, I just want to say that Honey Pop 2 I think is coming out soon because they released the teaser recently, and this second one seems to have like story, and the story is so like unexpected from a fucking dating game. Like there's some like demon chicks who like want to destroy the world. Like they are like the way the trailer teaser is. It's like some ancient story, like it's with like cave paintings and shit. And the chick is telling the story like oh these demons they've been dormant in the skies for ages and they wake up once every 10,000 years, blah blah blah, and the only way to stop them is to have basically someone fuck them, I guess, or whatever. You know, and it's
Well,
like
that doesn't seem too like out of the world anymore, is it? Like I've seen a couple games with this.
I'm just
Like
saying
Doki
it's
Doki.
yeah but I'm just saying the first Honey Pop was more grounded in reality, like it's just normal ass girls.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't
Yeah,
think
then-
this is gonna be like no, not at all. There's one or two
Yeah,
supernatural ones.
I was gonna say like most of the girls are like normal ass girls, and then later you discover some like weird shit. Like there's a fucking alien
I'm
chick.
sure this is gonna be the same. I'm sure.
There's yeah, I know, but this has a story. Like you start already with oh shit, there's fucking demons that want to
We
destroy
don't know,
the world.
We
you
don't know
know?
about that. That was a teaser trailer. Maybe that's just in the trailer. And
But yeah, in the first Honey Pop, there's there's some secret characters, but like you know, two of them you kind of you have to unlock them. Like they're not really secret, but there's two secret characters that the way you get them are so convoluted, and like I wouldn't have figured that shit out. I had to look it up. Like, oh, take this item in this place at night, and boom, alien chick. It's like, okay, I didn't expect so much stuff from this game, but great.
yeah.
Definitely should play it if you haven't.
Oh, Simi, you'd be happy probably to know that Monster Prom 2 is coming out.
Oh, really?
yeah, they
Speaking of dating
Yeah,
sims.
they kickstarted it actually. I just wanted to mention that. A few things. Has anyone watched or plans to watch Pikachu Detective Pikachu?
Ooh, I would probably look. I don't
definitely
know
want
I
to
feel
watch
like
it.
the
single
most likely
fucking
person
person
would
in.
be
I would
Rage.
go alone.
What?
I wouldn't go alone, but I think I have a buddy I could probably ask for it.
I mean, cause my initial impression from the trailer, I really don't. It surprises me that everyone's so excited for it. It really didn't. I don't know. It kind of like to me it threw what Pokemon is out the window a little bit. But I'm waiting to see what people actually think because it just came out, right? And I think are people enjoying it?
I heard it's good,
Right. I mean, I just wanted to
and
hear
I've seen
your
some
opinions.
screenshots.
Okay, well, if you guys watch it, then you can let me know. What did you think of the Sonic trailer? Obviously,
No.
they finally revealed it.
Dude, it's all over the internet.
Obviously, yeah, everyone's
Dude,
memeing it.
it must be the worst fucking CG that's not like old as fuck that I've ever seen. Like, I've seen some shitty CG, but they're usually like from really old times where CG wasn't. But this, like, he looks fucking disgusting. And I get what they're trying to do. They're like, oh, it's realistic, but like, oh my god.
Why
Can't
does he
just
have
It's not
make
the
human
CG
teeth?
that's bad. It's the
Well,
design.
yeah, the
Design,
design.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, yeah.
To
Whatever,
me,
you know what I mean.
though, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes he's not terrible. Like here in this screenshot here that I'm showing, it's different, but it doesn't disgust me. Like I feel like people overreact a little bit. Like there's some frames for when we were watching it, I was out loud gasping, like, "Oh my god, that's gross." Like when he screams and stuff, and when you see his full body, it's really uncanny. Like he's too, I don't know, fucking long and
He's like
I-
lanky.
yeah, it's really weird.
And he has his human ass teeth that I like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Sometimes I think it looks okay. Like here, for example, in this frame.
Go down. Like that is probably
here-
the most okay frame.
Yeah.
Like where he's facing the
Yeah.
camera, but most of the time, and when you see him move and shit, it's just.
To me,
Eh.
yeah, go on.
It just, I was gonna say, I feel like this has been a fucking fad for years where Hollywood just feels the need to take cartoony characters and turn them into these realistic abominations. Like they did that with TMNT,
Yeah.
where it was like, ugh, they
Yeah.
look disgusting.
They were really awful.
And
Yeah,
there was,
but that was also Michael Bay, so yeah.
yeah, whatever, doesn't
But-
matter. There was, I've seen other shit.
Yeah. But honestly, even that one, like the turtles, I think it wasn't meant to be appealing. It's meant to be like a gross, weird mutation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least they kept the theme. Like if you look at any like Sonic art that was like original, like Sonic always had like really huge eyes. The eyes were always connected in the middle. But like the new Sonic just has two really tiny fucking eyes,
Yeah.
and
It's
it just doesn't
weird, yeah.
fit.
But yeah, and honestly, even without the theme, like for me, the worst offender is the story and the trailer in the world.
Yes,
Uh,
why is there Jim Carrey in there? He's
Tommy,
not
you're a bit
even
laggy.
fat.
I single-handedly carried this movie out
Oh,
of.
and Raid is
Oblivion.
lagging too. I guess it's
I think
us.
we're all lagging.
I think it's just
Oh, it might
Discord.
be Discord. Let me change this.
We're
server.
in Russia again.
Hello.
We've been
Hello.
in Russia.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, I changed the server.
Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna say like TMNT. From what I've seen, I've never watched the movie, but they're still in the city, and it looks like TMNT, you know. But
Yeah.
Sonic, why the fuck? Who the fuck is this dude that he's just chilling with, like this main adult man character, and like, oh, there's armies and Robotnik is like, I've heard so many people say Jim Carrey will carry the movie. Carrey. I don't, do you really? He didn't. I love Jim Carrey's characters and stuff, but to me this wasn't Robotnik. Like he was like repeating
Not
after
at
the
all.
guy, and I don't. It wasn't funny to me. Like I love Jim Carrey, but I don't think this looks good at all, even with his character. I feel like I'm the only one to fucking think that, but I guess Tommy, you agree.
I
I'm
definitely agree.
I'm kind of in between. I like the character that Jim Carrey was doing, but I also agree that it's not like Eggman at all. But like I feel like it should have been his own villain.
What I'll say is, first of all, he looked so much better when you see him in the full Robotnik getup at the end. With the
Yeah,
big,
with
Yeah.
the
it was so much
mustache
better.
and goggles.
But also, it could be that the trailer fucks it up. I said that with Detective Pikachu as well. Maybe the movie's fine, but the pacing of trailer with there's gangster music. What was it? They were playing like Gangster's Paradise.
Why Gangster's
Yeah, they were playing
Paradise?
Gangster's
What
Paradise,
the fuck?
And he's like, silence, explosion, joke. Back to the music.
I fucking
you know,
hate trailers.
and
Trailers.
maybe it made Robotnik's scene where he's repeating the guy more obnoxious. I don't think so. I think that's just an unfunny joke. Maybe he'll be funny in other scenes. I agree that he would probably be the best part of the movie, but I don't think he's gonna
Maybe.
carry the movie at all.
But here's
It's
the problem with this movie that I see, which is the problem with many movies, and I think it's like that with Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, whatever. Where it's just so American. They take something that's so Japanese and they make it so American.
It's not even necessarily Japanese. It's just creative. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
no, dude, Sonic has always been Japanese as fuck, okay? And
Sure,
because you say this like, oh, why is he with human shit? But he was like this in Sonic X
know, yeah.
with the anime, where it was like, dude, like this movie no doubt is inspired by the anime because in the anime that's how it starts. Sonic is like teleported for some reason in the human world, that like our normal ass world, and he is with humans for a while, but then it turns out, look, all his friends are here too, and that's when it starts to get interesting because it's like you see AB, you see Tails, and all
do
these
you
other
think we'll
guys.
get a Monster Hunter and Sonic crossover in the human world? They'll be there together, and then the Monster Hunter guys have to hunt Sonic.
Oh no, giant
I-
Sonic or normal sized Sonic?
Maybe he becomes like his werewolf self from Unleashed.
Oh shit, like a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, speaking of movies and speaking of Monster Hunter, I wonder how the Monster Hunter movie is coming
Yeah, no
along.
updates.
Which is also the same shit where it's like,
That's why I made the joke. Yeah.
yeah, it's like taking something so Japanese and making it so not Japanese,
I
but
mean,
also
honestly, the events in
so
Monster
unrealistic.
Hunter, we see that there's crossovers all the time because now fucking Geralt made his way into Monster
Yeah,
Hunter.
but at least Geralt is also fantasy.
I know,
you know?
I'm not comparing them at all. It makes
Yeah.
he hunts monsters, he crafts herbs. It makes perfect sense compared to fucking military dudes.
God, I hate that shit so much. Like, why does it have to be military dudes?
Yeah, no,
Because it worked in for the Resident Evil franchise.
I was
Like the
about
movie
to
franchise is
say.
really
I
successful.
haven't seen those movies, and I actually just recently binged like all the Resident Evil games. I'll talk about that a bit later. But
I've seen the first 3. I think.
yeah, I know that they're like they have some similarities, but they're pretty different in tone.
They are decent. They are decent.
No, yeah,
though.
I hear
That's
they're
the-
decent. I hear they're decent. I'll watch them. Now I'm officially a huge fucking fan of Resident Evil, but I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But yeah, Sonic. I don't know. I'm curious. That one I want to watch because, man, I mean,
It's
I'm
Sonic.
curious how the redesign will be.
yeah, because
Oh,
for
yeah,
those,
yeah.
for those that don't know, yeah, the film company came out and said like, hey, we heard you, we're gonna redesign the character. To me, on one hand, that's cool. It's like, oh shit, they're actually like they're listening. They admitted their fault or whatever. But then on the other hand, it's almost like they have no artistic integrity. Like no one believed in the design in the first place, and they're just changing it to appeal to the
fans.
mass, the biggest audience they can. Like,
Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, look, just real quick. Here's like a thing that like really confuses me about this whole Sonic thing. Sonic hasn't had like a decent game in I don't know how many years. Like,
disagree.
when was the last time there was like a big Sonic game that everybody
Sonic
played?
Mania.
Generations and
Before,
Mania.
yeah, but
was
Sonic
fantastic.
Mania was like, but Mania was like,
It was
It is an official game.
Now
But
it's
this just
official.
not been done by
Now it's official.
Sonic team.
well, I guess now it's official.
Yeah.
But it's like the main bulk of the Sonic
Generations
games
was
was like
great.
always in the 90s.
No,
and-
dude.
No,
Yeah,
There
of
were
course.
many good. Sonic Heroes was fucking
that was
awesome.
90. That was early 2000.
No,
really early 2000s.
that was-
Yeah,
No.
Heroes is like the end of the era where people say Sonic games were good.
Like
Because
most
later on-
people that I see are like hardcore Sonic fans. Granted, I don't know too many, but the people that I know, they're all like, yeah, I played Sonic in the 90s, so I'll play it now. There's not like many kids out there that are like, oh, I like Sonic that much,
No,
right?
it's
It's all
true.
Fortnite and
It's
Threads
true
now.
because-
but then they make
I get you, I
like,
get
kids
you.
I think Sonic Riders, which was from the era where people said Sonic was shit. I think Sonic Riders was really fun
Again,
and
Simi,
good.
we're talking about majority because it was like all these Wii spin-offs that I never played because I didn't have a Wii at the time, and they were like always they. I mean, on one hand, I credit them like cool, they tried something new constantly, but on the other hand, like they didn't work out. Like Sonic and the Rings, and then Sonic Knight, and then Sonic Werewolf,
And then Mario and Sonic at the
Oh,
Olympic
Sonic
Games.
06. Jesus.
Sonic
Yeah, I was
06,
gonna say
yeah.
like
Garbage.
the one game that I can think about that is garbage is Sonic 06.
No, there's a few of
'cause-
them that people universally.
There were
agree.
no decent games afterwards. Like the latest one, what was it called? Super Force or whatever?
Sonic
It's
Forces,
garbage
yeah.
as well.
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Is that the one where you make
Yeah.
your own?
Yeah, it's where you make your OC.
Honestly, I like that bit.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would love to. I want to make a character.
I can't fully comment on the quality, but Tommy, you were trying to say something with that. Like, was that it?
No, I just threw in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That's
no,
it.
because you started by saying
before that.
Sonic hasn't had good games in a while. Were you going somewhere?
Well,
with that,
yeah. Well, it was more like most people that are Sonic fans like grew up with Sonic in the 90s.
Yeah.
And the people that are playing the newer Sonic games are probably also the people that liked Sonic in the 90s, but the movie is like an absolute like kids movie, 100%.
Yeah.
Honestly,
right.
though, that's on one hand, but I don't know who they're trying to cater to with this movie. It's a bit weird.
Yeah,
Like,
but it
definitely
really
not
does
that.
seem. It really does seem like it's so kids.
It does.
movie.
It seems okay. Yeah, it seems like they're trying to go for kids, but I don't know if they're gonna get the kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Maybe they are making it for kids because they want a new
Yeah,
audience
it's like
for
all the
Sonic.
Disney reboots and shit. Yeah, it's.
Oh God, can we talk about that?
And we've already talked about it. I don't want to dread on that too much.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Like,
you weren't here in the last like
Oh,
20
right.
podcasts, so we only had
I
10
wasn't.
episodes, but you weren't here in the last 20. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm curious. I do think it's gonna be shit.
Oh, God.
I usually go in with an open mind, but I'm going into this one thing. It's probably gonna be bad, but I'll still.
Oh come on!
I'll
If
give it a
the
chance.
trailer already had shit, like the trailer is supposed to show the best scenes, and the best scenes were fucking garbage. I'm sorry, though.
Yeah.
That's a big nope from me.
I'm still gonna watch it because it's Sonic and I'm curious, you know. But I also think it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
But sorry, speaking of shit movies,
But there also hasn't been a really good video game movie at all ever. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Resident Evil is.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't that
most
video
people
game,
do.
was it?
but the real Resident Evil fans don't like them. That's
No,
like
some-
more
some-
mainstream appeal.
I mean,
Dude, I love the Mario movie. There's no way you get me to not like the Mario movie ever.
I liked Prince of
like
Persia at the time, but I
I
was also
despised it.
I was the
as
demo.
a
I
Prince
was
of Persia fan, I despised
I was a
it.
Yeah, it
huge
wasn't
Prince of
that
Persia
great.
fan, but I was also the demographic like 12-year-old boy. You know, like I don't know.
Like if
Maybe
you
if I
would
watched
call
it
the
now.
movie anything else than Prince of Persia, it would have been fine.
Maybe if
Like,
I watched
would
it
have
now.
enjoyed it more.
I remember what I liked about it was I was like, oh cool, they're doing stuff from the game. There's time reversal. Oh, he has the chain weapon. Like that was what stuck out in my mind. Oh, there's a bit of parkour. I don't know if I can't come on like the story and stuff. So
And then they made fucking Hitman movie and it's all action, explosions and shit.
And
It's
that's
like
how
First one,
that's what I used to complain about. But
the
when
first
I
one I
watched Hitman
saw,
gameplay, that's how
in
people
my
fucking play.
opinion,
Yeah, go on.
was the Max Payne movie, directed by Uwe Boll. Fuck Uwe Boll.
That's not after a game though.
What?
Max Payne. I thought you said Mad Max. Sorry, Max Payne. Yeah.
No, Max Payne. Yeah.
Yeah, Max.
Horrible.
Max- I haven't
Horrible
seen.
garbage.
Hey, the entire. Oh no, never mind. Never mind what I said.
okay.
Yeah.
The WoW movie was like I haven't seen the entire thing. I've seen a couple scenes from it. It seemed to be alrightish, but they tried to like, they tried to cram like fucking 15 years or so of WoW into like a single movie.
No, it isn't 15. It's literally the very first Warcraft game.
Yeah, but they're still
With its
like,
rich story and such, you know.
yeah, but they still had like a lot of like just what I've heard. They still like had to explain a lot of characters and a lot of stuff.
No, because it's like, it's the very first movie. That's like the very first game in a movie. That's it.
Oof.
Because the first game literally had no story. Like, if you look it up.
Well, yeah, why did they even pick that? That's so dumb. There's so many good stories in WoW lore, and they picked the most boring thing.
That's why they called it the beginning.
Yeah, and
Because
then they
that's
never
the
made a
story
second
that
one.
wasn't told. Like, if you watch the cutscenes and everything for the first game, it's like not a story at all.
Yeah, I just don't understand. And then like they say it's the first. Are they supposed to do another one? Like the first one was quote
I don't
unquote
think so.
teased. They were like, we're working on the Warcraft movie, and that was in like 2009. I remember that shit because I played and I waited for the movie 10 years and then ended up not watching it.
That's probably what's gonna happen with the Halo movie for me. It's the
Is there a Halo movie? There are like
There's
multiple.
been a Halo movie in the works for like 100 years. Yes. I don't
There
know.
are
if
some out. Forward into Dawn and stuff like that.
isn't that an animation one?
No?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about it, so it's probably not good. And the Witcher movies, series is about to come out.
I mean, that's more interesting, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
There are also Witcher movies made by Polish studios.
yeah, but those are older, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say, speaking of bad movies, did you talk at all about the Spider-Man movie?
Homecoming? The
I
one
don't
that
know
we
the
watched?
name. The one we watched and
I
was
don't
shit.
know. I'm not sure if I think we might have.
Which one?
Homecoming. We're not
Was
caught
it
up.
shit?
We're not caught up on the Marvel universe, but it was New Year's and they were showing
Was
it.
there Iron Man in there?
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie, the
And
first
it
new
was
Spider-Man.
Homecoming, yeah.
It was, I mean, yeah, not good in my
Just
opinion.
I hate like they did this whole like high school
It
drama
was fucking
bullshit.
terrible, that part.
It was such a like teenager ass movie. It's like, what? Fuck off! And what's
Everyone
his
was
face?
so not
That's-
believable. All the characters were
Yeah,
so
everyone was so like the
and,
writing
like
was awful.
obnoxious, and Peter Parker wasn't likable.
Yeah, he was a like wimpy ass, awkward, like a way like not realistic, awkward, like really like oh my god, get a grip, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's the first movie. Maybe he gets better later. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. To me, it was meh. There were the scene with him in the car. Or the villain was cool, and there were like tense moments. And then there was like one cool
Oh my-
fight scene at the end. And then other than that, though, it was a pretty bad movie in my opinion. But I think it's pretty divisive. Like I think a lot of people don't like the movie that much.
But it's just
Yeah,
I
that
hate
might
how like high school drama
Yeah,
it is.
it
Like
was
that's
way too much of that.
literally
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the girl he has a crush on, who's not any of the classic Spider-Man chicks that I don't know the
Well,
names
maybe
of.
there
But
are some. Maybe she was one, and we just don't know. So
no. Like it isn't it like Lois Lane?
that's
and-
Superman.
Right?
This
no.
is so mad.
I'm
Dude,
I'm
he
shit.
had-
I'm shit with
And there's many
superheroes.
Spider-Man universes. Like
I know that he had main girlfriends, one with red hair, one with blonde hair, and this bitch wasn't either. She was just some
I
random.
don't know. I can't comment on that.
But just it was so, and it was so like superficial as well. Like, oh, she likes Spider-Man. She has the hots for Spider-Man, but doesn't care about Peter Parker, and she doesn't
Well,
know that
that's
he is the same
How it
person.
always
That
was with
is-
Spider-Man.
I think that's fine. That's kind of believable almost. Like
Yeah, and just but I don't.
to me, the main problem was all the school stuff. It
And-
was
and,
like
like-
3/4 of the movie.
And like Peter had like this typical fucking sidekick friend character who's like the fat funny one,
Yeah,
and
it
oh
was bad.
god.
Anyway, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that right now.
Well, just one more thing.
Yeah,
It
sure.
like it had the recipe of a shitty animated movie, despite being
Alright.
live action. That's exactly how it was. Like shitty animated movie, like with for kids and teenagers. But it was that's how it was. Like it's fucking awful.
Okay, a few things. Is anyone interested in getting Rage 2?
For free, yes, sure.
Yeah, sure, for free, I'll take
Sure.
it.
They released the trailer like yesterday or before yesterday. It looks like it has the recipe to be great, but I don't give a fuck about it. It's like kind of like Anthem to me. Like it seems soulless. Am I the only one?
Wait, let me
No,
look
but
at-
it seems like focus tested as hell. Kinda, I don't know.
It
I
seems
don't
well.
really care for it at all.
It just seems like they're like, oh, it's Wasteland. Let's make it more like Borderlands, a little bit zany and crazy. I'm glad it's colorful and stuff, and there's characters. Like because Rage 1 was fun but forgettable. I don't know. Rage 2 seems kind of soulless to me. I mean, I'm
Wait,
reserving judgment, but
it is developing it, right?
It's
In
what?
software.
it's
Yeah.
software, and Avalanche is also helping with it. I think just the vehicle
Okay,
stuff,
well, dude, if it's like more Doom, more Wolfenstein, but a little bit different, I'll be totally fine with it. I think it's probably gonna be good.
yeah. I was just wondering if you guys watched the trailer. Like to me, the trailer, again, it seemed like it should be fun and everything, but it felt a bit soulless to me. But yeah, it's just a trailer. The game does look like it could be fun. But yeah, like you said, for free or for like 10 euros or something.
What it's gonna be
Of
60 or
course,
something.
it's a big ass Bethesda game. Yeah.
At least it's,
Oh, it's
only
Bethesda.
60.
Hasn't Bethesda fucked around a lot recently?
Yeah, but its software is still like Bethesda's fucking up, but its software is always delivering good shit. Like its software is the only part of
Except
Bethesda
Doom
that's
3.
working.
Yeah,
Except what?
Doom 3?
yes, that was
Well,
garbage.
that's been a while,
I
was
think
it?
people liked that.
Yeah, but it was garbage.
Okay.
Didn't people like Doom 3? It was just
Isn't
different.
that the one you played?
No,
You know?
no.
Oh.
Doom 3.
I don't know, I haven't played it
one.
either, but I know like all of the other Dooms and all of the Wolfensteins and all of the what was the other game? There was one more, wasn't it? I don't remember.
Like-
But yeah, those were all really good.
Let's see here. Okay, why don't we talk about something that we can all talk about? Mordhau came out.
Oh yeah,
Oh
thanks.
hell yeah!
Like a week ago.
A few weeks now, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
one and a
it's
half
been
weeks
more.
maybe.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's a good ass game. Like it's just
Yeah.
It
Reed,
is.
you didn't play Chivalry. Tommy, did you play Chivalry back in the day?
a bit, but not like insane
Okay.
amounts.
I really like
10 hours.
Chivalry, and I was playing this. To me, when Mordhau came out, I was like, oh cool, it's great, it's really fun, but it feels like such a cheap ripoff. Like okay, not cheap because it is all quality and they added a few new things, but it was such an obvious borrowing, I'll say, because I don't want to attach this with negative things, but I was like, it's like the same game but just newer. But Chivalry's
better.
fine. But then I watched my old Chivalry videos and I was like, oh man, Chivalry actually looks pretty dated now. I didn't realize how dated it is. And yeah, the movement feels a lot better in Mordhau. And it's the reason I say this is because when it came out, people were like, all right, Chivalry is now dead. Fuck Chivalry, get Mordhau. Because people like to be extreme on the internet. I don't know why. It's always
Yeah,
like
of
one
course.
or the other. Call of Duty or Battlefield. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going back to Chivalry after Mordhau because it really is just... and the problem with Chivalry, when I tried to pick it up again a few years later, everyone that's still playing is a pro, and they're like doing weird things, like, you know, like you attack them and then they like do a 360 limbo under your sword and then attack you. And that's not even an exaggeration. They actually did stuff like that. It was so like exploitable. People kind of mastered the mechanics, and it wasn't fun. But Mordhau kind of doesn't allow you to do stuff like that to such an extent.
Yeah, it feels more natural. And you
Yeah.
can do way more meme builds. That's like the best part. You can make your own character and you can just you can make a guy that has no shirt and call him brother like I did.
I mean, Chivalry was all about like adopting funniness, like all the voice lines. People still quote them in Mordhau. Like they're really memorable, and it was such a funny game. So that's why I'm actually really happy to see that Mordhau adopted that as well. And like they allow you to play with the loot in the battlefield and just fuck around and be silly and be like, yes, my lord, and shit. Like,
and throw poop.
yeah, like it's great. Yeah.
Can you throw poop in Mordhau?
Yes, you can throw.
Yeah.
Actual poop?
Yes.
From where? Where
I
did
know.
you get the poop?
From your
I
butt?
I went into a battle royale match and I opened a chest and the only thing in there was poop and I threw it at an enemy for 10 damage.
In horde mode, you like earn money by killing enemies, and you can purchase stuff that's scattered in the battlefield, or you can buy a loot box in the mode.
Yeah, of course you
and
can.
Guff bought like a pretty like a middle tier chest or whatever, and just poop came out. Like it was like 100 monies, gold.
I played with Crips yesterday, and Crips showed me how fucking broken Horde mode is, though. Like, the enemies don't climb ladders, so all you
just
have
sit
to
the
do
tower. Yeah.
is you go in the tower, and then everybody throws shit at you. So you're just in a massive shit-stained tower for the rest of the game.
When that happens, it's not. I quit out. It's kind of like, all right, what's the point? We're just sitting here shooting at like dumb targets.
Apparently, you level like crazy. Like, Crips played Horde mode for like 5-6 hours, and he reached level 20.
Damn.
It's like insane. I'm level 22, and I played like 25 hours, maybe 30.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah. Whatever. I really like Mordhau.
Oh, I played 40.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about Mordhau. God, I have a list of games here that I played at some point, but we weren't doing podcasts. Like, I was gonna say it was so long ago, but honestly, the game came out so long ago, so it doesn't matter anyway. I played Titanfall 2.
Ooh.
Because I was like, I was always interested in it. But then at some point, a few episodes ago, I mentioned that there was like EA was doing something where it's like, oh, message us on Twitter and you get an Origin Access free trial so you can play Battlefield 5. I just used it to play everything but Battlefield 5. So for a week I was just playing EA exclusives on Origin. Yeah, Titanfall 2. I know Rage, you love that game, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I heard everyone like really jizzing over it. It was fun to me, but like not a masterpiece or anything. But it was really gratifying, I guess. Like the weapons are really original. I mean, I unfortunately got them all spoiled in Apex, I guess, so I was kind of numb to them a little bit. The movement feels really good and the story was interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was exactly like you said. I think Rage, like just it's a Call of Duty campaign. It just feels like one of those.
But this is like a very well put together.
It's a good
campaign.
one. Yeah. No, it's good, and I actually liked. I liked more the interaction between the two main characters than I thought I would, and it was cool that you could choose what to say and whatever. Yeah, it was cool. I also played Unraveled, another Origin exclusive game. I don't know if you know this, Tommy. It's a game where you play as a little yarn guy.
I think I've definitely seen parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the E3, whatever, 2013 or something.
Yeah. Actually, I should show a little bit of footage of it.
I remember it looked like Yoshi's Woody World a little bit.
Yeah. It's basically just a little indie platformer, all about like emotions and stuff.
Emotions and stuff.
It's a
And
God.
things.
This is so fucked. my setup is so fucked. There you go. I'm just showing some IGN footage of the game, but yeah, it was actually a really fun game. Like the puzzles and mechanics were surprisingly interesting, and the only complaint I have is the story didn't make much sense. It's a little bit artsy fartsy.
That it's more like that in the second.
Even in the first one, it's kind of like a little bit ambiguous, but all right, kind of heartwarming, whatever. Second game, the story was kind of like I really don't understand what's going on right now.
It felt forced.
Yeah,
it was
felt
like,
forced.
oh, we have to fucking.
Yeah, but the game introduced co-op, and me and Simi played it together, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I just wanted to say I really like the series. So check it out.
I
if you
really
want.
like the way the creatures. They're called yarnies.
Yeah.
They look really funny and cute.
Also on the Origin Access, I played Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Huge fan of Mirror's Edge 1, and I played the second one. Are you guys interested in Mirror's Edge? Rage.
I played the first one, never the second one though.
Yeah.
I think because it was open world, I decided not to.
Me too. That was a really big worry, and actually that was what drew back the game for me, the open world stuff, because you're set in this big city. In theory, it sounds kind of cool, like, it's a playground to play around with, whatever. But I knew that it would just become stale after a while, and I was right, in my opinion anyway. You're just in this open world, and you have two options. This is how I found it. It starts off with what's it called? Runner's vision fully on. So you always have this waypoint showing you like, jump here, run here, go here, do this, take this pole to go. But it's like in Mirror's Edge 1, there was a little bit of that, but less so. Like this was literally an arrow showing you exactly where to go. And then I was like, fuck this. And I turned it off, which thankfully you can. But then I felt lost. Then I was in this open world and I didn't know where to go because it wasn't designed in a linear, obvious way. So I kind of needed to turn it on. So then I realized, like, okay, I'm going to turn it on when I'm in the open world. And then when I go to the missions, I'll turn it off. And the missions were really fun. It was a really good game. But the open world stuff ruined it for me. But I actually really enjoyed the game. So I do highly recommend it in the end. If you liked Mirror's Edge 1, yeah, definitely give it a go. And the music is cool. Yeah. But if I can say, I mean, it's an old game. I'm not going to and you already knew this. I beat the game. And then during the credits, I was like, wait, this is a reboot. Like the entire game, I didn't realize that. The entire game. And then I was like just confused. And then at the end, I realized this is a fucking I looked it up and people said, oh yeah, this has been known for a while. Because at first they advertised it as a sequel, then they said prequel, and now reboot. So.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? That's yeah.
So now you'll be able to enjoy the story even more, Rage. Now that you won't be confused. It's a reboot.
Yeah.
Throw everything out the window from the previous one. Yeah, that was fun. And the last game I played on Origin Access, probably my favorite one actually, is a co-op game that I played with Rage called A Way Out. Tommy, I don't know if you...
I've heard of this. Isn't it the game from the guy that is always saying, "Oh, I'm the very best"?
Yeah, dude,
Fuck, what's it called?
Guy. He's so and he's
What's that guy called? I
forgot his name. He's great. I love his personality. I was always interested in that game because I love doing I love doing crime shit in games, like robbing banks in Payday or breaking out of jail in A Way Out. That was super exciting, and I love co-op games, and I love even more asymmetrical co-op games, and this had all of that. So me and Rage played it together. I mean, yeah, Rage, you can tell me your thoughts, but for me personally, like, I loved all the co-op interactions. There's really small, like stupid stuff you can do, like nail something into the plank, and that does nothing, but it's just kind of a little bit of world building, and you have a laugh with your friend. But then also on the side, the story is really intense and interesting, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah.
Yeah, and there's a certain twist that really caught us off guard.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, it was
it's
really,
truly
really...
it's a narrative-driven one,
Mhm.
but like if you look at it only mechanically, it's like a bit stale. But
it's almost
outside
like
of-
Heavy Rain kind of mechanics, where it's just like
yeah,
you walk and interact with stuff. Like, but I didn't have a problem with it, honestly. I think there's a bit of stealth, there's a bit of action.
yeah. If you look at it like story-wise and also the co-op aspect, it's really a fun game.
And I like that you can each, like with both characters, you can each interact with random NPCs that you find in the world, and they each interact with them differently. So like, Rage was playing a more, I guess, calm character who would like talk to someone, be like, hey, can you please, like methodically, can you please get out of the way or whatever. But I was playing a character who would just like get out of my way, and they don't, and then he slaps them, and then they move. And like it was so funny, and yeah, I really loved it. It's by the designer who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which is also a really good game.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Yeah. So I loved that. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. A few other things. One Finger Death Punch 2 came out. I did a review of that if anybody's interested. Have you any of you played the first one?
I did, and it was super fun.
Amazing game, yeah.
Oh, really? Then I highly recommend the second one. It's even better in every way. It's just like Mordhau to Chivalry. That's the best example. But even more than that,
Nice.
I would say. Like, exactly like that. I was like, is there a point to this? And then I watched my One Finger Death Punch footage, and I was like, yeah, that looks a bit more dated now, actually. The animations are so fluent, and there's even more music, and it's awesome, man. I love it. So I really highly recommend that if you guys like the first one. I also played, we'll talk about this one next week, probably. I played a bit of...
should we talk about Metroid?
Yeah, I was just about to mention. Let's talk about Metroid. So, I actually, you know, the last few podcasts I've been saying I've been playing Far Cry 4. I actually gave up on it in the end. It was okay, as I said. Like, I'm not going to go into it. But it's just, I've already played Far Cry 3. Even though it was years ago, it was the same thing to me. I got so far, but I just stopped because I have other stuff.
So far, cry. You got so far that you cried.
If I had nothing else, I probably would have finished it off, but I just have other better stuff. It was kind of like a sluggy. I was slugging my way through, so I stopped it, and I instead started playing Resident Evil and Metroid, old ass games. But yeah, we can talk about Metroid, Tommy.
All right.
So we played.
So
Metroid.
when you want to start?
We played Metroid. The way I like to do this, I love to revisit classic games. Like, it's been my favorite new thing. Metal Gear Solid was like that. Games I've never played before, but they're classics. So, and I like to play them from the beginning. So yeah, with Metroid, we went with Metroid 1. But I decided, like a lot of people online said, the first one really hasn't aged well. Just play the remake for Game Boy, which came out a few years later, called Metroid Zero Mission. And Tommy was like, "Oh, I'm interested too." So he grabbed it too. We played it together. But yeah, tell me what you think.
Well, first off, I haven't played. I think I've played it before. I'm not entirely sure anymore. I definitely played some Metroid games, and I used to like play them on my cousin's Game Boy, and I think just Game Boy. But yeah, I remember like I was having fun with Metroid, and I've never had my own game, so I tried it now. And usually when I play, especially when I play old games, I'm like, oh, this is really not feeling that great. And then sometimes you can predict a lot of things, and it's just like relatively unsatisfying. You just go from level to level.
I mean, it depends on the game.
It
era,
definitely depends on the game. But even like old classics that I've played recently, like it's just the way I play games, I guess.
Right.
But with Metroid, I was like, dude, I was in from the get-go because the game is so well paced. You like start off and it's like, hey, here's a new item. 5 minutes later, hey, here's the second item. Then another 5 minutes later, hey, here you got another thing. Now you can go there.
I was unsure how much it would impress me. I was like, I mean, I love platformers. I love Metroidvania games. I've never played a Metroid game. And playing Metroid made me realize again, for the second time, how much Nintendo did for the gaming industry. Because again, I played so many Zelda-likes, and I had no idea how many things were borrowed from Zelda. Like, there's the obvious, like, oh yeah, it's a dungeon. Look, I'm lifting the item, whatever. But there's actually like,
there's an overworld,
there's so many things like season changing and I don't know, item types and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm playing through Zelda, I'm thinking
Tracks and walls.
so many games have done this, yeah. And now
Yep.
playing Metroid, I mean I always knew this, but I was like, yeah, Metroid really set the bar well for Metroidvania games. And even the first one, I watched the playthrough, I skipped through a little bit because again, it's a bit clunky, whatever. Zero Mission is mostly the same, and yeah, it has all that stuff in there, like upgrades and atmosphere and stuff, and it was cool. It's impressive, like it is cool.
It really, really is. Like, I just think in general, oh my god, I looked it up a little bit afterwards. Apparently, the like last mission, spoilers by the way, the last mission for like after you beat Mother Brain,
Yeah.
that part was not in the original.
Yeah, it's only
so
in the
that's
remake.
like, yeah, that's like an epilogue essentially. And oh my god, for like a long, long time, have I not felt like more powerful
Yeah, dude,
in
I
a
love
game.
that.
It was so good. Like you essentially at the end of the game, like you are already pretty well geared. You get like power rockets, and you have like you start with like 5 rockets. You're like, hey, I don't need much more rockets. I just need to open doors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you keep getting upgraded. It's like, why the fuck would I ever need 75 rockets?
I was like 200 rockets. I was like, I don't use this.
Yeah, and then at the end, oh shit, you totally do use this.
Because some new viewers too, we're talking about Metroid Zero Mission, an older game. So
Yes.
probably don't.
And
wanna
then
do-
like yeah, then you beat Mother Brain with like your 5 billion rockets that you have. And then as you fly away from the planet in the epilogue, you get shot by an alien ship and you land like I think you got sucked into it in like an alien mothership.
yeah.
And
Every Friday night
kind
for me.
of you lose your armor and you're fucking naked and you just have like a blaster.
Yeah.
And so you like everything just instantly like you start with like 1 health bar, but you can get more. But every enemy at the end, like per hit, like destroys an entire health bar.
You're very
So-
vulnerable, basically. Very, very vulnerable.
You die in like a couple hits,
Yeah.
and so you gotta stealth your way through the entire thing, and then you get your suit back. And throughout the game, you collected upgrades where it's like your suit is not ready for this.
Yeah.
But then inside that ship, there's like a sort of temple, and it activates your suit, and it gives you like a super suit. And then suddenly all those upgrades activate, and you are insane.
It's fucking
And all
great.
this shit
It's so good.
that like destroyed you for the past like hour or so, you just run through. It's so nice.
Because that's the first time in the game where you're.
It's like revenge.
Yeah, it's the first time in
Yeah.
the game when you're vulnerable because everything is like chasing you, and it's actually quite intense and scary because you like try to hide and stuff, which
It really
the rest
is.
of
It's
the
the
game
best part of
wasn't-
the game.
The rest of the game wasn't that at all.
And the enemies fucking crawl on the walls and
when
under
you
shit.
feel like you've gotten away, they follow you. Like they crawl
Yeah.
through small gaps or go up the wall. That's the
Dude,
idea.
there was some sick shit. There was like that one part that really caught me. I was like, oh my god, this was really cool. There was like there was like one part where I think there's an enemy that you can't avoid that chases you, and then an alarm goes off, and they like all
Yeah.
come after you. And then you can like there was like a corner where you could hide behind like a 2.5D wall, I guess. And you could hide there, and then the enemies would walk past you, and then the alarm would turn off. And it did that like once to you, and then like 10 minutes later, it does the exact same thing, and you're like, oh shit, it's this wall again, so I can lose my thing really easily, right? So the enemy walks underneath you, like just walks past you, goes into the door, and then comes out through the wall and fucking hunts you.
Yes. It was there were so many cool things in that like 20 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
And then you just go back through and you're really powerful and you have these new upgrades. It was a really cool thing. Although I'll say it did feel a bit out of place. Like because before that it was like a complete story. You're done. And then this was kind of like, oh shit, other random dudes have attacked me now. It was a little
Yeah,
bit
but
like
I didn't mind
story-wise.
that.
No, but I didn't mind it. I was glad it was there. It was really fun. Yeah, that was a good game. Have you seen you know in the original Metroid it was a twist that Samus is a girl.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
have
Yeah.
you seen it though? I looked it up. I have an image here.
Oh, I should
Here.
look it up.
Here, I'll
It's
post it right
like
here. There you go. So that's the fucking reveal
Yeah.
of Samus. Like what the hell? Like the suit phases out and she's just like waving. Hey, I'm in a bikini or underwear or whatever with boots on though.
yes.
Yeah.
And what also but what also really caught me off guard, like I haven't played Metroid in so long, and the only like real experience I've made with it, other than playing games as a kid, was like Smash Brothers. And I'd
Yeah.
like play the stages and I'd like hear the music. I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is pretty okay music. But then I started this game and I'm like, oh shit, I know this music from Smash. And then it keeps repeating in like the perfect moment. Just when you're like, oh, I had enough of this, then it like, I had enough of this loop, I guess.
You
Then
go
it
to a
loops
new
back
zone
from
or
the start.
whatever.
Or yeah, you just go to a new zone. And then like, I just think the music was just so good and
It was
so
good.
memorable.
It was really good, yeah. It was really cool.
You would like start humming it and stuff. And usually when I play like Metroid, when I play these kind of games, like single player games, like I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now, and every time I just put on some videos on the side to listen to. But with Metroid, I was fully just playing the game,
Yeah,
which
and it was
happens
short
pretty
and
rarely.
sweet kind of as well.
Yeah,
It
it wasn't
didn't
that long. I took like 3 hours.
Me too. Actually, you wanted to know my item completion. How many items did you get in the game at the end?
Oh, I had like 60%.
You had 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 61. So there you go. Yeah,
And like,
I thought I found like almost everything, but then it's like no,
Yeah,
you
I
missed
thought so too.
40%.
also, did you have the same problem at the end of like just before you finished Mother Brain? There was like a yellow door, and
That was
I
such
like.
an annoying fight, by the way. Oh my god.
Oh, it was. It absolutely was. I agree. There was like a yellow door, but I've never found the super bombs. I found the super bombs in the epilogue.
Yeah, you're meant to find them in the epilogue.
Yeah, but then you go back.
Oh, I don't know. Is there a yellow door in the normal? Right, I don't know.
Yeah, in the normal world.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, you probably have to use the super bombs for this. And I don't know. Maybe I should have run into it too. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with the end boss. The end boss was fucking
I didn't
cancer.
have trouble the entire game until the last boss. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
This
it was
is
like
so
it
annoying.
wasn't even like, oh, this is just difficult but well designed. No, it's like you have a turret above you, you have a turret underneath
It
you.
was
They both shoot at the same
annoying.
time.
There's
Yeah.
acid under you.
I was
There's
like,
acid
I
if
got
you
knocked
fall
off
down.
this tiny ledge and I climb up, I get hit again, and I'm like, "Bleh," and then I like get ready to shoot, and then when you're in place, it shoots at you, and you have to jump, and it's like, fuck. I don't.
You literally have
trouble
four
usually.
things. Yeah, you have 4 things shooting at you at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was annoying. I found one spot which worked though, and that's how I beat it in the end. But yeah, that was. a
wait,
good
you just
game.
stood in the same spot?
No, I moved around after, but I went back to that spot consistently.
Oh, okay. So what I did was I jumped from there was like 2 small platforms, just like 1 block, I guess, wide. And if like as soon as the eye shoots, you like jump from one platform to the next, and you charge up an attack while you do it. And when you jump over it, the eye opens for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
can shoot it.
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the others. Like, I'm glad to start this series. Actually, it's cool.
Well, you have to start. You have to fucking finish Zelda before anything. I need to talk about Breath of the
I was
Wild.
going back and forth. Yeah, I'm gonna start Wind Waker next.
Yes, Waker's-
And you need to play Metal Gear Solid because I want to hear.
I do.
I want to like again. I never played as a kid. I played them now all, and I love them all. Like they're all so cool in their own ways, and I would love to hear someone else experience them for the first time and talk about them.
Wait, how long are they? Are they like
Long.
8 hours or something?
They're long. They're long. I mean, okay, they're not insanely long. No. I don't know. Just play them. They're good. Whatever.
Okay, I will
You
eventually.
can look them up.
I think I want to
on,
finish Zelda first though, but I
Sure,
feel like I'm like halfway through, and I'm at 100 hours. So,
Okay. Nice.
whew.
A few other things. Me and Simi started our Parappa the Rapper Let's Play. Speaking of old school games, I assume you guys didn't play because you were both PC gamers, right? All like pretty much your whole life. Actually, no, Tommy.
Yeah,
you played
I mean,
Nintendo consoles, but it was.
Yeah, I used to. I used
It
to
was
play.
Parappa
Nintendo.
was only on PlayStation,
Yeah,
right?
just Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played that. That's it, dude. That's really good. Like, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, like I kept telling Genna, like, dude, you're gonna fucking play this game, and he's like, yeah, but he fucking loves
I
it.
really
like,
liked it. We did a let's play. We actually finished recording everything. The episodes aren't all out yet, but yeah, I mean, check out the let's play if you guys want to. The game is so funny. Like, not only is the music really cool, like it actually genuinely is. Like, I thought it was gonna be really kiddie, and it is. It's friendly and simple, but the rap is actually really cool, and there's more mature themes than you'd think. Like, at some point, the episode is already out. Like, you're rapping with this frog, and he's like, oh, love and be friendly, all that stuff. And then at some point he just like clicks and starts singing like money, money, money is all you need. Like forget everything else. And he was like, I sold something and ever since then I've been on the run.
He said I had made a lot of bucks and had a lot of fun, but now I'm on the run.
It's like, whoa, what?
It's like is he a drug dealer?
And the whole time Parapa is just repeating, money, money is all you need. And by the end he's like, yeah, money, and it's so funny, like it's so silly, man, and the situations are so funny.
Yeah, like I wanted to say real quick, like at some point you rap with a chicken lady, and then if you fail the rap shit, like different stuff happens, you do badly, and if you fail that one with the chicken lady, she lays an egg angrily, and then the baby comes out of the egg and it's pissed off at you already. It's like
rap well.
it's so ridiculous. It's like so Japanese as well.
Yeah. I love it. It's so funny.
But honestly, I feel like it's so ahead of its time. Like it's from '97, but it feels like some shit that would come out now.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like maybe not the way it looks because it does look a bit old, but just the humor. It's so I don't know. It's so not '90s. I feel like.
Yeah, but yeah, we're really enjoying that. Oh, one fucking annoying thing.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't. Do you guys dislike videos on YouTube? Do you click the dislike button often?
Once in a year or so.
Sure.
I'm not
Rage,
kidding.
what-
Like
Rage, what do
really
you
stuff that
dislike?
shouldn't be on the platform.
Sure. So you're like using it as like this should not be here.
Yes.
A murder or something.
Well, to be fair, I also rarely like videos. So
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
But
same here.
I don't know,
You're
to me-
supposed to use it as in, I disagree with this one point in your 20-minute video, I will dislike it.
That's how you're meant to. That's in the YouTube guidelines. Yeah, like
Yes.
I mean, I watch a lot. Like, there's a lot of channels I watch, and they put up series and stuff that I don't care about, or maybe I think even maybe I watch it and I think they're really bad in it. It's unfunny. I still won't dislike. But even then, like, you don't think it's good, fine, whatever, dislike it. But someone is subscribed to me and dislikes all my Parapa videos within the minute that they come out. They couldn't have even watched the video. And it's the
Wait,
second
all of them?
I've only put 2 episodes out now, but both of them have been
There's
like
zero dislikes.
that. And
I'm having it open right now, there's not a single dislike on there.
Parapa the rapper,
Yes. On part 2.
did they remove them?
Maybe he did it right now as he's listening. He's like, oh shit, they're talking about me!
What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Really? Are you sure? The first one still has it.
I'm on it right now!
Second
Wait,
episode
let me see
doesn't
the
have
first
it.
one. Where is it?
Maybe he hasn't updated for the public or something.
No, it's been a few days. Well, I was just gonna say, like, who the fuck is subscribed to a creator that they want to support and enjoy, but if they upload a series that they don't watch, they just dislike it. Like, he obviously, I say he, they obviously didn't even watch the video, so they just disliked it for the theme, for the topic, Parapa the rapper.
I mean, it's a way to make your voice heard, and you shouldn't be too like upset about it because it's still
Well,
like,
I'm
hey,
upset
at least they
because
do
it
feedback.
Yeah, well, no, I'd appreciate better, like, normal feedback. To me, it's harmful because, like, the video comes out and for a few days it's like 1-1 the ratio, for example, and at my size it hurts because, like, I know that the content is fine, the quality is okay, it's funny stuff, like, it might not be for you, but it harms me. Like, if you want to see me doing other stuff, allow me to grow, and that stunts my growth hard because YouTube doesn't recommend the video anymore and stuff. But yeah, I'm seeing on the screen now both of them don't have dislikes, so maybe it was a misclick on both of them. Maybe their phone was upside down. All right, thanks person who did that. I guess that was all completely pointless. Oh, Simi's phone is ringing.
Oh shit. Well, that's too bad.
They can wait.
They can wait. We've got important matters to discuss, like the awful tragedy of the Borderlands voice actor for Claptrap and all this fucking turmoil that's going on. I wanted to hear your opinions on it.
Oh, we are done with the playing games thing?
No, not at
What?
all. Just this was on the next thing on my list. We'll get back to all this.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I just wanted to. Have you guys? You must have heard about this. It's like a huge thing now for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
it's a
heard of
huge
it.
thing because of the what's this guy's
Randy
name?
Pitchford,
Yeah,
the
Randy
CEO
Pitchford.
of Gearbox. Yeah. it's just
Like it's not even like the game or the studio or the publisher. It's just like literally the person.
just to give us recap for anyone who doesn't know, Borderlands 3, the Claptrap voice actor will not be returning. I think his name is David Eddings, because of a dispute. And for some reason, this is the thing that kind of makes this all so silly to me. They're having this entire dispute publicly on Twitter. Like, it's so immature to me. And they're like,
Yeah.
they're side insulting each other, kind of thing. Like, I don't like Randy Pitchford. There's been a lot of things about him that seem like off and weird, and he lies.
He lied
stuff.
to us.
Yeah, he lies a lot, and
he had squirting porn
on a USB
on his
with work.
USB. And then when he got caught, explained that the reason he had it was because he was fascinated by the squirting and was trying to, and he said it was a magic trick, and he was trying to figure out the magic. Like, I'm not fucking making this up. Like, this sounds.
I could do this too with my magic wand.
Like, this sounds fucking ridiculous, but that is what he said. Like, I heard the recording of him being interviewed about
but
it.
what I'll say about that recording, though, is I don't know. I felt like there is a possibility that he's telling the truth. He was, because the way he was talking about it, he was like laughing about it.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's lying, but it's still fucking stupid.
It's the part that's stupid is to have a USB with confidential work stuff with fucking porn on it and leave it somewhere for someone to discover. And
and even if he was trying to figure out the magic trick behind squirting, why does he need to carry the porn with him?
I totally agree. Anyway,
like just have it at home on your computer.
I agree. It's weird. But yeah, I don't know. Like because a lot of people are siding with David Eddings, the voice actor of Claptrap. To me, I feel like they're both being dickheads here. Because
that's because also the voice actor, or like the former developer rather, apparently Randy Pitchford also assaulted him physically.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that.
Yep.
Basically, my point is, first of all, it started off pretty petty to me because it was like backhanded remarks, but it's just everyone's siding with him because they were saying at first, because they were saying, oh, he's just asking to be paid and they don't pay him, what the fuck? But people are missing the point that he wasn't paid for the first two games to voice because he already worked at Gearbox. He had a position at Gearbox. He wasn't a voice actor. He just kind of did it on the side, which I'm not saying, like, sure, he can be paid, but he already agreed to have it like that at the time. And now he's saying, oh, I want to be paid or whatever.
Yeah, he's saying that because he's no longer employed by.
It's totally fair. It's totally fair. But people are wording it as if Gearbox refused to pay him, but they said that they offered double the standard rate, and he refused that. So to me, in their place as well, it's like, fuck you, like whatever. I could find someone else.
Yeah, but that's not like the issue. That's like they.
Well, no, that was one of the issues. That was one of the issues.
No, that's not an issue because sure, it's just the deal didn't came together. Fine, whatever. Like voice actors change all the fucking time.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that part of it.
Well, it wouldn't have been a news at all actually. But then Randy Pitchford decided to take it to fucking Twitter.
Yeah, well, it was all on Twitter the whole time. It was fucking stupid. Yeah, I was just saying that he was offered to pay. Maybe, who knows? I don't fucking know this guy, David Eddings' personality. Maybe he's snobby and wanted like way too much money. Who knows? But then and then to suddenly come out and say like he was assaulted by Randy Pitchford at some point in the past, it's like unrelated to the discussion. Like sure, if that is true and that is how he acted, that's awful. The guy should be fucking fired. Like, how many fuck ups is he gonna make already? But it just seems so petty to me. Like, you assaulted me, so pay me for voice acting. Like, what? And also he was saying he wanted to be paid for his previous two works, where it's like, well, you agreed at the time. That's when you bargained for being paid or not. It's back before you do the work.
Yeah. Sorry, can I make a like that reminds me of something equally stupid, like people who try to change past agreements. Like some fucking women, maybe it was just one, I don't know, but like she tried to get some dude in court for like rape, but because she like retracted her consent now.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Oh
like
my god.
at the time she said, yeah, let's fuck. They fucked, and now years later she's like, you know what? No, I take it back. You raped me now. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
This
to
is
me,
like that.
to see the whole thing on Twitter, and the way they're both acting, it just seems a bit petty to me. That's what I wanted to say. It's like,
Yeah.
this is no
Man children.
this is no way to be going about any of this on both sides to me. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add to that. Otherwise, we can move on.
I mean, it does. The thing is, it doesn't damage the voice actor as much as it damages Gearbox, so I think that's why the voice actor is doing it.
But it's not even like Gearbox. It's just like
It's just
fucking
Randy Pitchford. Yeah. It's
Oh
not,
yeah, I guess just Randy
Yeah,
Pitchford.
but
Yeah,
it does
I mean,
harm. It does harm the company, is what Tommy's saying.
yeah, like, I can kind of understand. What I've heard from what I've heard was, the first one he just like kind of did for fun, the first voice acting, and then the second one was like, oh yeah, I don't want to disappoint the fans, so he did it again. And then for the third, like that's just what I've heard. And then for the third one, he wanted to get paid, and then they were like, no, you're not getting paid.
Well, that's exactly what I'm
Or
saying.
you're not getting paid enough.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
no,
you're
we're
not getting
we're
paid
not
enough.
paying that much. Is how I
Yeah, but
understand
then
it.
like that's just like a business thing. If one guy wants more than the other one,
Exactly.
hey, then that's like, yeah, whatever. Just search for somebody
Which is
else.
why I thought it was petty that he went to Twitter to say they didn't take me back. I for the first time I asked for payment. Like the way he worded it was such a way to cause confusion and victimize himself.
Kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Anyway,
It's the age of the internet where everyone likes to fucking drama.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit.
all right. How about we talk a little bit about? Actually, Ray, do you wanted to talk about something you said that you played?
Well, we played some Monster Hunter lately.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the Witcher event. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are new news for the Iceborne expansion.
Yeah. So we finally know that it's gonna be like a full-on expansion coming out.
Well, we knew that from the
Yeah.
beginning, I suppose.
Is it paid?
It is paid.
Yes, it will be. The price point, at least for consoles right now, is 40 euros.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's more
expensive.
than I thought.
And the release date is
September
6th of September for consoles, yeah, and winter for PC.
Yeah, which is a bit disappointing, but also expected that they're like, can we stop delaying the PC one?
But
Do it the other way around at
but
least.
this time, like, it's like you'll buy it on day one anyways. So
Well, I won't.
Yeah.
Maybe Rage wants to. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 40 is a bit much for me. I mean, I don't know. It depends. I guess I need to see like reviews. Like, is it like half a game content? Well, then I guess it could be.
Well, as far as I know, the new region will be the largest yet
Okay.
out of all of them by a big margin, actually.
Did they say like
Really excited for that.
Did they say how many new monsters and stuff?
They showed some for the new region, but also in old regions will new monsters appear.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I'll definitely get it, but I just don't know.
And an entire new rank, like beside low and high rank, it will be now master rank.
Okay.
Boy.
All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't see new skeletons.
Skeletons?
Like all of the monsters were like based off already existing patterns.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate. Like.
Yeah, but
Lava
maybe
Moss or
do
whatever,
that
yeah.
soon. But we will get a new, like, without sharing too many details, we finally will get a third Piscaine Wyvern.
Right.
Fish, you mean?
Yes,
And
fish.
snow, like you said that there was snow in previous games, but now we're finally getting it in this one. So.
Yeah, snowy region with incredible detail. Actually, I will not tell too much, but yeah, seems
That's cool.
really exciting.
Yeah, I'll definitely get it. Just probably not full price.
Yeah.
It's funny that it comes out in winter though.
In what? In winter?
Winter.
That's probably planned. Yeah.
Yeah, they said they will definitely like give more details in at the upcoming E3.
Yeah.
What else?
I wanted to talk a bit about. There's so much shit. I mean, yeah. The problem with now we're not doing it consistently, so there's too much to talk about in one episode because we're already at the 2-hour mark. We can skip this. I guess I'll just talk really quickly about, like, I played Resident Evil. It's been what I've been doing for the past few months. I went from Resi 1 to 5 now. Because I originally just played Resi 5, which a lot of people are like, oh, it's the worst one, it ruined the series. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking, because honestly, it's still my favorite, and I don't think it's because I had this preconceived, like, oh, I like the game. First of all, I'll say I loved all of them. Like, I really, really liked all of them. But Resi 5 is just great, dude. It's so good. It's so good in so many ways.
Did you punch it?
I did punch the boulder, yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, like, that's been memed to death, but I love that moment. It's so cool. But Resi 5 is the one that's people say broke the mold, but that belongs to Resident Evil 4 for sure. And that's also the one that's hailed as the highest one, and for me it was my least favorite. I don't know, I feel like I'm against everything today. Again, I really liked Resident Evil 4, but for me all of the others were just better in every way. Resident Evil 1 was probably the second scariest game I've ever played, which surprised me a lot because of the nature of the game. It's top down, it's not first person. It's like you've got tank controls, it's a bit janky, and the voice acting is bad and stuff, but it was so terrifying in so many ways because at least in the first game, you have such limited ammo. The monsters are so dangerous. It's basically based in a mansion, and there's only like 20 zombies in the whole mansion. But every time you go into that specific room, because there's a lot of revisiting, or that hallway, like, fuck, I didn't kill the zombie in there. He's gonna be there again, and so you're always dreading this thought. So sometimes you have to plan, like, okay, I'm gonna pass through this hallway often. I'm just gonna finish off this zombie. But it's also a chance how many shots it'll take to kill them, and sometimes zombies will return, so you choose if you want to burn the body, and you have really limited fuel. The music was fantastic, the atmosphere was so good. Like, I loved Resident Evil 1. It was so good. So I mean, I know, Rage, you don't play horror games. Tommy, do you play horror games?
Not really, no, not my type of thing.
I don't know. Well, if anyone's watching, I highly recommend Resident Evil 1 if you haven't played it like I didn't. I loved that game. The second one, I didn't play the original because I played the fantastic remake. I think I talked about that last episode. Resident Evil 3 was really cool. Probably my least favorite setting, but it was a really cool game. 4 was great, but my least favorite. And now I'm at 5. Yeah, I love the series, man. I'm a huge fan now. Like, really, I loved all the games. They're so good. And Resident Evil Zero was a really fucking hard game, even on normal difficulty. Unfortunately, they reworked the item management and it made the game a bit more tedious. And it has probably the grossest transformation sequence I've seen in any game ever. Really disgusting, revolting. Like,
I need to see it now.
I'll send
it to
link. You. Yeah, I'll send it to you later. Really fucking gross, dude. Resident Evil.
Is it the one that I saw and made me gag?
Yeah, it made you gag. Yeah, Resident Evil Zero. It's like the last boss transformation. You guys can find it. I'll send it to you later, Tommy. But yeah, that was a cool game. There's one funny thing about Resident Evil, like, it's a gag in the community now. Every single fucking game, Tommy and Rage, the first 4 games or something, every single one ends with a self-destruct sequence. At some point...
Oh, like Metroid.
yeah, when I was playing Metroid, I told somebody, like, oh, look, it's Resident Evil. But that was one game. I don't know if all of them end with it. But, all first 4 end with fucking self-destruct. Like, okay, at a certain point, it stops being intense, you know? And also, every single helicopter crashes. That's also a joke in the community. Seriously.
I mean that I don't think I would mind it that much. There's shit like that in Zelda too, where people make fun of it.
Yeah, no, I like it, but I'm just saying it's ridiculous. Like, okay, I mean, how many times? And I get it. It kind of makes sense of the story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hide the evidence or whatever. But
it's like you see it coming.
It's still like, yeah, all right. Oh, I'm underground now. Okay, yeah, probably 10 minutes until the self-destruct sequence starts. We're on a helicopter into the sunset. All right, cool. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's always into the sunset as well.
But I love the game.
Wait, then the helicopter crashes.
Actually, no. The end.
It's the helicopter in the sunset is the one that crashes at the beginning of the next game.
Yeah, basically.
It's an end.
No, but
That's really funny.
yeah, I loved the games. Like I really highly recommend them, despite their age. They can be
Wait,
hard to get
really
into.
quick.
But, yeah.
The transformation is a Dr. Marcus.
Yes, Dr. Marcus.
Okay, I'm watching it right now.
I don't know if I want to show it on the stream because maybe some people don't want to watch it.
It's pretty
It's
nasty.
pretty nasty, pretty fucking nasty.
And like you've played fucking Dead Space.
I played loads of gross stuff. Yeah, it was really revolting. Let me see. Is there anything else I really want to talk about right now?
I have like a small thing still.
Sure. Yeah. Let's wrap it up
I
soon.
don't think until you found yours. So,
go for
I have discovered my love for super old, old games, but like as ROM hacks. So there's a really dedicated community out there that just like takes old Mario games and Zelda games and like basically just changes them, mods them. It's like a modded game.
Sorry, there's a quick
And-
interjection. When I was looking
Yep.
for when I was looking at Metroid stuff, I saw that there's a ROM hack where it was called, I think, Metroid 2 Samus Bears It All. And it's nude Samus, Metroid 2.
Oh,
But if you've seen
no.
Metroid 2, it's like the most archaic looking. It's black and white, old school Game Boy, like advanced.
Yeah.
graphics, and she's nude. It's like, what the
Oh shit.
why even bother making a nude mod for a game that looks like this? It's like just squares. Like it looked so bad. I was like, how horny are people, man? But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so basically, what I've been playing there is somebody made basically a sort of it's called a randomizer, and everybody who's ever played Zelda is gonna be like, "What the fuck? That shit doesn't work." But they essentially randomize everything. Like you can make it as random as you like. So if you want to, you can have like all of the collectibles be random. For example, you grab like a random as like non-relevant gold Skulltula, which you can collect 100 of, and it can be the hook shot, because why the fuck would it not?
Okay.
And it essentially limits the randomness, so you can always finish the game.
Okay, I was gonna
like-
ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can the hook shot is not gonna be at places where you need the hook shot for.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff like that. And
really interesting.
obviously, if you need some like if you know some glitches and stuff, you can incorporate that as well, and you can tell the algorithm as well that, hey, I know this glitch, I can do this, I can do that. So you can incorporate that,
Oh.
and then you have to like run from area to area, and you look up like all of the places where something could be, and whatever item you find first always opens. It's kind of like a Metroid game, honestly, if you think about it. It just opens up like a new area. Like, for example, you go into a random ass cave as a kid that you need the slingshot for. You got the slingshot earlier, so now you have the slingshot. You get into that cave. Now you have the hook shot, and if you want to, you can make it so you can immediately just grow as an adult, and then you can just keep going as an adult, and you can use the hook shot to get into the first temple, and then get all the crates and
cool.
chests and secrets there. It's like really cool.
Yeah, that's
And every playthrough is legitimately different, and it like made me really enjoy the game again, because I've played the original like to death, but then replaying it with all of the random stuff is really cool. And they're doing that for all of the Zelda games now. And for the Super Mario thing, it's mostly just custom levels. People make some really elaborate custom levels, and like straight up just, hey, this is Super Mario 64, but here's 12 new levels and 150 more stars, and it's really difficult. Go play it. And it's like the quality of a Nintendo game.
That's
Just more of it. Really, really cool.
I'll just quickly go through like 2-3 topics just that I wanted to mention before it gets too old. Like I recently reviewed a game called The Textorcist, Story of Ray Bibia. It's a typing game where you play as an exorcist and you go into different like situations. Like someone's like, oh, this person's possessed, please come get them or whatever. And it's a bullet hell game, but at the same time you're also typing out incantations to exorcise them. So it's a bullet hell game like those old school like space shooter games where there's bullets all over the screen and stuff, but at the same time you're also trying to type something. And I loved the style and the comedy, and the mechanics are really interesting per level, and the story gets pretty interesting as well. Yeah, I just wanted to recommend that. I did a review on it if anybody wants to check it out. But yeah, that's a really cool game. I love the idea, and yeah, it was really well executed.
It has really, really, really good
Yeah,
music.
I forgot to mention that the music is awesome.
It's like kind of 80s, like synth,
Yeah.
but and also the graphics are really cool, and there's some like cool ass like designs
Yeah,
for
it's
like
awesome.
enemies.
I really love that game. It's hard as balls.
That's really dope.
Um,
Didn't you rage quit it at some point?
No, I didn't rage quit. I was just like, I need a break. I lost already too many times.
So he rage quit.
No,
he like home quit.
I can't quit.
I can't quit.
Come quit.
And probably the last thing I want to talk about quickly is I've been playing a lot of Planet Coaster, which came out years ago, and I did a review on that as well. If anybody wants to check it out, it's just a game like Roller Coaster Tycoon, old school, but it's made by I think Frontier Development. So it's more modernized. And I found like it's a good new game to play while listening to podcasts and stuff. So you can get it and listen to this one while you play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Just build theme parks and stuff. But they also recently announced Planet Zoo, which gets me really excited because I love animals and stuff. And it's just gonna be like old school Zoo Tycoon, but with the quality of these guys. Like these guys' animations are so nice, the aesthetic. You can really really in depth just make your park how you want it to be. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun with just like elephants and shit like that. And I'm gonna try be a good zookeeper. And keep the animals happy, unlike the other game they made, Jurassic World Evolution, where I let my T-Rex loose and kill all of my park members. I did a video
Yeah, I
on
think
that,
literally
if you wanna
everybody
check it
did
out.
that.
I think I did a pretty funny video on that game, but yeah. So I'm excited for that. But that's all my topics. I don't know if you guys want to fit something else before we end it or not.
Oof. I don't think I have. Well, I have like another like really small thing. If nobody else
If
has
you
anything.
You sure?
If you want to play a game that's like really weird and like just I can't even explain it. You should probably like look it up. It's called Cultist Simulator. I only played it for like 2 hours,
I've seen
but
that.
it's kind of like reading a book, but also playing a game. But the game is just you lay out cards, and it all kind of happens in your mind, and you kind of like start building up a cult, and you recruit followers and stuff. It was a really weird game, not my kind of thing, but I can totally see that being like super
It
interesting.
seems it seemed interesting, but I didn't want to delve into it at the time.
Yeah, it's definitely like something new and interesting. So if you're looking for like something that's completely different, then you can try this.
Cool. Okay, well then I'll just end by saying, because we haven't said this on the podcast at all. Me and Simi are this October gonna be going to Canada, which is gonna be a huge jump for us. I'm gonna be studying game design at like a 1-year intensive course where we're gonna it's gonna be really cool, I think. And Simi's gonna be doing classic animation in May, was it?
Yeah, May
Next year.
Next year.
So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Canada doesn't make it fucking easy though to go to their country. Like to get our visas now, we need to give our fingerprints, and there's no office to do that in Cyprus. So we need to go to another country to give our fingerprints. So me and Simi were like, oh, it's an opportunity to go visit her family. So we're going this weekend to Romania. I made a backlog of videos. I worked my ass off. And I made a few videos, so they'll be scheduled to come out next week. Hopefully they actually work. I don't know if I did it right, but we'll see. So either there will be 3 videos or none at all.
Nice.
But I think I did like some variety stuff. I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think that's it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank
It's gonna
you.
be hard but fun, I think. We'll see how it works out.
Just like a dick.
It's worth it in the end. Alright. No, I don't have the outro music queued up.
Oh no, I thought you were prepared.
Alright. Thank you for watching, everybody. I should have played this while we were I was saying all that. Now I don't really have an outro to go with this music. So instead, I'm gonna say hello, goodbye, and watch my videos, and keep an eye out for Tommy, Rage, and I in Mordhau. We will decapitate
Hell yeah,
you
the
without
Death Squad.
remorse. The Death Squad. Even though we're all like shirtless guys with loots, we'll still kill you somehow. With frying pans.
Yes.
Alright.
Brother will come after you.
Alright. Thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you whenever the fuck we see you. Goodbye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.